Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, baby, what's up?
Good, man. How you feeling today, champ?
I'm good, bro. Yesterday, because I think I told you I dropped all that weight, so I had a cheat meal yesterday.
Where you
So
what? Oh yeah, yeah, you
remember,
did. You did tell
yeah,
me.
so I had a cheat meal like at 11 o'clock last night.
What did you have?
McDonald's.
Oh shit.
I
See,
love McDonald's, bro.
it gotta be for me at least, it gotta be the last meal. I can't just have a cheat meal smack dab in the middle of the fucking day, you know?
No, no, I didn't give a fuck how late it got because I knew it was gonna gone from my house is 24 hours. So
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
let me actually get hungry for this shit, and then
yeah.
I liked it right before bed because honestly, you get the best sleep when you're like full.
Oh,
Like 'cause on prep, you're never gonna feel stuffed. So like, I
mm-mm.
got full, and dude, I instantly got tired and knocked out. Like, it was the best sleep I've gotten in the last like few months.
Best feeling in the world, man. Best feeling in the world.
Yep.
Like like off season cheat, you can do it when you want for the most part, even though I still like it late. Maybe like a cheat meal than a shake or something like that. But pre-contest, it got to be the last meal for me. That's it's the only way that makes sense. Like also like you don't want to have a cheat meal in the middle of the day and then start craving, right? You're gonna be craving. You don't
Yeah,
want to go for
no.
like imagine having like a IHOP breakfast and then you got to have chicken and rice later.
Yeah,
that ain't it.
I could have kept going. Like it was one of those things. Like, man, I need to definitely just get what I want and then not go out anymore. I'm just gonna get everything at once. That's it.
Yeah. How many cheat meals have you had in prep?
I had one at 12. So I started 15 weeks out. I had one cheat meal at 12 weeks out, and then
Mm-hmm.
one right now at 4 weeks out.
So two.
But normally I don't have any. I just happen to drop very, very fast. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't expecting it. And, but this morning he liked what the cheat meal did for me. And he's happy where we're at. So,
Me, I feel like I kind of prefer not having cheat meals for the most part. Like, I'm not gonna turn it down, but you kind of forget about it when you have regular
yeah,
cheat.
yeah.
You know,
I almost was just going to do whatever calorie amount he wanted and clean food. And I was like, you know what? He said cheat meal purposefully, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be stupid. Like if I'm told to do this, it's for a reason, so I'm just gonna do it.
mm,
But I was perfectly fine without it. I'm not gonna lie. When I was eating it, I'm like, this is the fucking best. But prior to it, you just get so stuck in routine. Like, man,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to do this. I'm already here. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like today when I woke up, it was almost like a small little reset button. Like, oh man, I feel good. I want to eat my clean food. Like
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So it felt
I know what
good.
you
I
mean.
feel good. So I was excited to do this podcast. I feel normal. Really
Yeah,
good.
good.
And then today's a rest day too, so I get like the benefit of the repeat plus my
The
body gets to
rest.
rest today, and then
Yeah,
back at it tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. Well, the cheat meal definitely gives you like a different look from having like a clean refeed day because you're getting the sodium as well, and it gives you like you look like you get the veins popping out, you get the crazy amount of fullness. So it's
Yeah,
definitely different. I think I think mentally it's just that I know like when I have that, sometimes it can open the floodgates. If it's like two cheat meals for like in 16 weeks, that's different. But if it happens that I'm having a cheat meal like every other week, it creates like bad habits in my head because now I'm like trying to like make a certain look just so I could eat. And then when I eat, I want to binge. Like, if I want to have a cheat meal, I want to just go crazy. So in my head, it's like, once in a blue moon works, but I almost don't want like a normal. I wouldn't want my high day. Like let's say I'm not one of these people, but if I was one of those people who had like a high day every week or twice a week, I probably wouldn't want it to be a cheat. You know what I'm
I'm telling
saying?
you, like so people when they ask me about my rebounds and stuff, how I don't like having cheat meals during it because once I do that, bro, I go off
Oh
the
man,
rails, and
it's
then
over.
there goes my stay tight as long as possible. Like Because bro, if I do a cheat meal, I'm not somebody that just fucking tastes a little bit and I'm good. No, once I start, you ain't stopping me.
So Jaggy, what's up, Zay? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I
Oh no,
can't
we
hear
can't hear
you.
you.
Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah.
muted.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
mute. That's
Oh
good.
well, yeah. We hear you now.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we talking about cheat meals and prep. Yeah, yeah, rebound. See, that's the part I haven't mastered yet. Like the rebound, I make a lot of progress, but I think I kind of blunt it by the amount of cheat meals I have. I'm having like shit, I don't know, anywhere from like two to three cheat meals a week. And the faster you get fat in the rebound, the faster you stop making gains. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you don't stop making gains, but you don't make as much gains. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's the hard part because I have to pull down so hard to get in shape. Once I get that taste, man, it's like I lose my fucking mind. I'm not because I think we're all disciplined people to be in the sport, but I get that little bit of a taste. I lose that discipline. I just lose the discipline, because now it becomes like you're fighting your body. Your body is responding and it gets hungry and hungry and hungrier. So you're better off just sticking to the plan and not just treat like a prep, but like I'm not cheating,
yeah. For me, so I mean, Justin literally tells me, you know, enjoy your dinner, like post show. Obviously, do whatever you want. The next day, enjoy yourself, and then we're back at it on Monday. And so I'll do I'll eat whatever the fuck I want after the show, the day after the show. But then Monday I pretend like I'm back on prep. And usually my rebounds have lasted between 6 and 9 months. Sorry, 9 weeks. That's the farthest I'll go. But
Mhm.
he will only let you rebound as long as you stay tight. So the way I look at it, the tighter I stay, because that first week after a show, yeah, very first Monday through Sunday or whatever, you're cleaning up whatever you did on Saturday night, Sunday. And then you clean that up and then you kind of like let your body kind of stabilize for the next few weeks. And then you start pushing food more as the rebound progresses. So like you have to allow your body to get hungry so that you can stay tight as you're pushing more and more food. So you keep throwing cheats in there. Cheats are calories that you're not counting. You're just kind of eating freely. So you can't really monitor anything and stay tight the whole way through. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, man. And then, I mean, if you look at it from like a health standpoint as well, man, the amount of water retention I get on some of these rebounds is fucking insane, and it's just not good for you, bro. Like that shit it's not okay. If when you choose to do this bodybuilding thing, you got to be all in, and I don't mean all in like you don't have any fun, but you have to understand that this is what you're doing, and you have to do it the right way. Because if you don't do it the right way, that shit is gonna come back to bite you on your ass. You know what I'm saying? In so many ways, it's already a sacrifice. Even if you half-ass it 70%, it's still a huge sacrifice. So if you're gonna take this huge sacrifice, you might as well make it count, right? If
Yeah.
not, so I feel like if you're not gonna really do it, don't do it because now you're sacrificing all this shit in your life, whether it's your health, relationships, just to not get there anyway, just to not
Yeah.
succeed. So you might as well just get the fucking job done. You know what I'm saying?
But I would say a good like 90% of people that compete like are just prep bodybuilders. They don't do like they don't treat everything outside of prep like they do in prep. So there'll be a bodybuilder come prep time, but then when it actually matters to get better, they don't fucking
They don't do it.
bodybuilder no more.
What's up, Ken?
It's good,
Oh,
baby.
Yeah. Oh, there
good,
you go.
man. Yeah. I mean, you literally described me for most of my bodybuilding career. I would fuck off all year round, literally 12 weeks out, 12 weeks out, fat as fuck. Hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And it showed, So all these years, it's like, yo, you got, and the part that it's a compliment. If you have pros telling you, bro, you got it, bro, you got this. All you gotta do is put it together. That's technically a compliment. But how many times are you gonna hear it before you like, bro, I don't want to hear that. But then you gotta look in the mirror and be like, yo, am I really giving it my all? You think you are because your trainings are of 100 and your diet of 100, but only for fucking 12 weeks. That's fucking
Yeah.
3 months, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you do something 3 months out of the year and motherfuckers are doing it, 12 months. How are you gonna beat those guys? You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know what I'm saying?
You're not Kevin Lavroni, bro. We always say it
No,
on
you're
this
not.
pod.
No,
Not
but
Kevin
like,
Lavroni.
that's the thing. Like even Kevin, bro, he didn't
Yeah.
start off that way. He did
Yeah.
full
For a
time,
reason.
and then when he had his foundation, and everything, he just got it back every time he took off. That's it.
What's up, Quint?
Surprise guest.
Yeah, everybody.
How you doing, sir?
Quint looking
Man.
Nigerian for real now with the diet face. Oh yeah, but I wanted to say this because Quint is, you're half Jamaican, half Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
See, nobody gives him the Jamaican credit, so I wanted to give him the Jamaican credit as well.
He's all Nigerian, bro. He's all Nigerian, man.
Yo, you know what the hard part is? I bet anytime like Jamaicans talk to you, Quint, they be like, "Yo, Jamaica, yeah," and then Nigerians, but hey, Nigeria, like everybody wants you to claim one side 100%, right? So tell me that's not true.
Trust me, man. That's just how it is.
If he was a third call out guy, we'd probably say, oh, he's Jamaican, but Nigerian.
That's funny.
That's funny. No, we got we had some really good Jamaicans too. Sean Roden was Jamaican, right?
Oh yeah, Sean
Yeah.
Roden.
What's the dude that had that really good showing for a year, but then he kind of stopped competing?
Dwayne
Dark
Walker.
skin. Dwayne Walker, right? That's his name. Yo, he still looks crazy, but he kind of just stopped, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we got Tank, what's his name? The older guy for Clahar, Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? We got some Jamaicans, man. We got some Jamaicans going. How you feeling, Quint?
Bro, I'm fucking tired, bro. But
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a real one for being on it. He just showed his death face the other day.
Yeah.
That's all.
yo, the thing is, like, to be honest with you, it helps just to talk to people sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like, what else are you gonna do? Is what I think.
Exactly.
Sometimes like I get to the point I'm like, yo, I just want to be home. I don't want to be nowhere, right? So I'm gonna just stay home. Fuck the clients. Fuck this. Fuck that. And I'm home, and I'm like, I'm looking at the watch. I'm like, damn, I've been home. I've been home for a minute now. What the fuck? And you put TV on and you can't focus. I'm like, I'm watching a movie. I'm like, bro, I can't focus on this fucking movie. Then I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just continue to trade clients, bro. Because at this point, you almost feel better staying busy as long as it's not taking up too much of your mind.
Bro, I literally just talked to Paul about this, and I said I'm 4 weeks out, right? And I went to that show yesterday, and I never did that shit before. And I told him, like, this prep has honestly been the best prep ever because I've kept all those distractions. So instead of sitting there, time going by super slow, you're thinking about every single meal, how long it's going to take. Like, you can't watch a movie because you're thinking about food kind of thing. Like, walking around, being active, talking to people, the days fly, and you actually don't feel the prep is bad because you're focused on other things outside of the feelings. And this has been the smoothest prep that I've ever done. So there's something to be said about that.
That's good to hear, bro.
It's also like you only want to talk to the people you want to talk to, though, right? Because sometimes it'll be that guy in the gym just talking some nonsense, like, yeah, I was at the club yesterday and I had 2 bitches doing this. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you doing, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't care, But if it's like your boy that you fuck with, it's a little different. Like, I could talk to like Joe and Paul all day at the gym, but then somebody else comes up to me and it's just like, no offense, but I just, I don't really want to talk.
Yo, Quinn, I can tell, Quinn, you're going through it because he has not smiled once in the last 5 years. And the Quinn I know, he's usually a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So I know this guy's going through it. So like, Quinn, like, what's your cardio at right now? Is your food low? Like, just general. We don't have to go all the way deep into the weeds. I'm sure you get asked this question like 1,000 times. So just general, what's your cardio at right now, and like kind of like food in terms of like relatively?
like food on, like I have 300 grams of rice on my rest days. That's it. That's the only carbs I have. And
Nice.
so like 100 per meal, like sorry, 100 per meal for 3 meals, and then no carb. But for me, that's nothing, bro. So it's
that's
hard. My cardio's at an hour and 50 minutes for the day,
Oh yeah.
every day,
yeah.
except for leg day. So it's getting to the point where it's like I somehow I don't know where I find it from, but I dig deep and I find it and I get that shit done. But like when it comes to getting back home and do a simple task, like even like bending down, putting something in the dishwasher is hard, bro. You know, if I drop like a sock on the floor, just picking that shit up, man, bro, I just like leave it there and I'll hire a cleaner.
Tomorrow, it'll come back tomorrow, man. Fuck
Yeah.
the sock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's rough.
it's kind of funny how that works. Because imagine trying to explain to somebody, yo, yeah, they just watch you squat, 5 plates for 10 reps, but then you can't do the simplest conversation. Oh, I'm too tired. And like, wait, you too tired to do this, but you just did that workout. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of why I'm tired though, because all my energy is going to the cardio and weight training, right? So you don't got nothing left. You know what I'm saying? But I did notice, Quint, actually, for the majority of the prep, I actually never seen you with that much energy and in that good mood, like just all the way through. Not this moment, obviously, but like for most of the prep. Because I remember the last prep, you started kind of dying out pretty early, maybe like, I don't know, 8 weeks outish, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So me and you kind of talked in private, but what did you change that you felt like you were able to, first of all, that helped you change your look the most, make as much progress as you did, but also the shift in prep where you seem to have more energy for a longer time?
So pretty much the biggest difference was I'm not smoking any weed right now. I'm not getting high. During my last prep, I was going through some stuff. And it's funny because going to this prep, I've went through way more shit. But I just decided I'm just gonna deal with it head on. And when I was smoking weed before, bro, all my problems disappeared when I was high. And also I felt like I slept good and whatnot. So it was good. And I'd have good times on it. But then I felt like in the morning I was super groggy, super tired. And being super high at night, sometimes it would help me fall asleep because when you're close to a show, it's hard to stay asleep. So the weed would help me stay asleep. But the problem was I wouldn't be as productive in the mornings. And I mean, listen, I don't think weed's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. Like, I don't think it's a bad drug. I would go back to smoking. I don't have like a serious problem with it, but I just tried it out this year and I haven't been using it and I've had much better energy. Like even my mornings, I feel like I'm way more productive when I'm out doing my cardio. Um, I've tried kratom this year. That shit's pretty cool. You don't get high or anything, so like your thought process is on point. It's the same as what it used to be. But I feel like sometimes with the weed, I would also be a little slower. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but I'm just not as sharp when I'm smoking all the time. But my memory sucks.
Yeah, no,
I'm the
mean,
opposite, bro. My memory is more sharp when I'm
Oh yeah.
smoking.
Zay, you've been
Honestly.
smoking for like
You can't
10
you can't
years.
remember.
You don't even know what your base state is like anymore, bro.
Zay lost his baseline, bro. He's high right now. He's high right now saying this right now.
That's awesome.
No.
I mean, you want to hear this both sides of the spectrum, right? So that's really interesting.
No,
to me to
for
hear.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be different. Like Quint said, like I don't have anything against weed as well. I mean, I smoke weed as well, but I definitely see the pros and cons, and I know exactly what he means. I'll take an edible, I'll sleep nice, but then I'll wake up and it takes me so long to get into my day. I'm not slower, but I'm slower getting into my day. And some days, honestly, with the tiredness of prep on top of the weed, sometimes it takes me a while to get going, bro. I mean, it really does, Whereas when I don't smoke, maybe my sleep isn't as deep, but I wake up, I'm ready to go. Once I wake up, I'm just up and ready to go. Boom, getting shit done. So there can be pros to cons to it, for sure. I think everybody's a little different. I think personally that I maybe I want to try to create them and see the difference because I do need some help to fall asleep, or I just don't go to sleep. And that relaxation, sometimes, in prep, I'll get really fucked up, and I'll want something to take the edge off. So that could be something to look into. If anybody else try Kratom here?
I have, yeah.
I've been doing it for this prep, and it's awesome.
Wait, who said that? Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe said that? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
Joe said
this is news.
this is new information. Since when you got on the Kratums, Joe? I want to see.
I want to say like 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Oh, we ain't been talking much. How you feeling, bro?
I feel pretty good. I only do it. I only drink it like right now. So this little drink that I have, I'm actually gonna start working with these guys. They put kratom in their energy drink.
Let's see it. Grab that drink. I want to see what's going on now. Now I'm interested.
So I use it for cardio in the morning, and then it helps me get through my clients. And you're just super focused. What it does for me is so say you're feeling prep, you get heavy, like your legs, you sit in the car for 20 minutes before you go to your damn cardio. Once it starts kicking in, you don't feel it. It kind of numbs me to the prep for a little bit. I would say it lasts like 3 to 4 hours max. And then you kind of you'll start to feel the prep start kicking in again, on your low carb days and all that stuff. But I mean, it gets me through the hard parts, and so I've been pretty much one of those a day.
So Joe been keeping secrets. Joe been keeping secrets this year.
I never done that before, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And I like it. So, like I said, once I start working with them, I'll start promoting it more and try to get you guys some. He
didn't want Stu to hear. He wanted to get the upper hand for the cow. That's what it was. He didn't want Stu to. He didn't want to show Stu the tricks. What's in that? What's in that one? They got caffeine in there too, or just?
Yeah, but it's only 150 milligrams, so I think it's one of those things perfect for start of your day. So,
damn, I've been doing
that. That's news, man, Joe. That's amazing.
We didn't. He forgot to mention this the last 3 weeks apparently, but it's okay.
Forgot.
I'm gonna have to edit it and bleep that out. Make sure Joe gets that bag first.
Yeah.
Before we get
just say. Keep the kratom talk in there. There's no other.
Let's keep the kratom part. Yo, Quint, do you have a specific brand you work with, or you kind of just freestyling with it?
I've been using, I think, the Uprising one. I think that's the one that Guy fucks with. I don't know if he's a partner or some shit, but that's what I've been rocking, bro. Honestly, man, this shit's like magic, bro.
That's what I'm telling you. It's when you feel like shit, you almost feel normal, like you're a normal person, until you feel like shit again. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, Ken, Zayd, you know what time it is? You about to get some kratom. Hey, Guy, you watching, Guy? Uprising, brother. Uprising.
Hey, but make sure you don't overdose it. Even though you're heavy, dose it up, or take your time, because
slow.
It's you'll get reverse effects. You'll feel nauseous. You take too much of it, you'll get fucked up.
I just worry because I know that I have an addictive personality. People bodybuilding for me is sort of like an addictive thing. So it's I worry that I know the premise right now is kratom is not really addictive, but we don't really know. I mean, this stuff just came out.
We don't really. It says on my thing, can be highly addictive. Limit yourself to this much.
They keep it in a book.
Yeah. At least they're being honest.
Yeah,
because kind of I'm not trying to bash any companies or whatnot, but the storyline out there right now is, it's not addictive at all. You can use this shit and you should be completely fine. But I think that at least that label should be there. If you have problems with addiction in any capacity, you definitely don't want to dabble in any kind of stuff like that.
Addiction always derives from something that makes you feel fucking good.
Exactly.
If something makes you feel good, you want to feel good all the time. Why the fuck? Exactly. It's bound to happen.
I agree.
100%.
When it comes to addiction, I don't feel. I mean, besides if you're taking opioids or some shit, I don't think it's usually like physical addiction. I feel like people have certain personalities, and some people will get addicted to anything and everything, and some people don't. You know, some people can do coke when they feel like, and not when they, you know, and then if they don't feel like, they don't do it. You know, they don't really have that connection. I've done drugs, and I've never felt like, oh, I got to do this again. I just do it, and I'm like, I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling nice, and then I move on. I don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? So,
Bro, I
it
get
kinda-
addicted. I get addicted to anything that makes me thrive. So like, if someone's gonna help me like feel better to do better, I'm gonna get addicted to it right away.
So you're
Yeah.
freedom?
I wouldn't say like that, like bad, but I'll probably have it like one of these. Like I said, I've had it once a day for like the last like 2 weeks.
Ooh,
So
careful.
You
I
have
mean,
been looking good.
Every day? Every day, Joe?
once a day, every day, baby.
I mean, I think on prep, as long as off season starts and you can like pull back, right? I think that's fine. I think
Well,
prep
yeah.
to get through
Prep is
prep
free
the
for
last
Free
huh?
for all, man.
Bro,
Free for all.
to get through the last, you know, month of prep, I've had clients tell me, yo, I'm on 2 grams of caffeine. I'm like, yo, how your heart feel? They're like, it feels okay. I'm like, fuck it. If you're gonna get through it, get through it, bro, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, so
I feel great outside of prep, so like I don't need this shit in the off season. To be honest, I
Yeah.
don't.
Mhm.
Like I wake up just fine. Like you know how like Quint described, fuck, like you drop something like, man, I'm just gonna fucking leave it there or whatever. Fuck it, fuck this. Like I don't want to feel like that, and this helps.
Yeah. And then you want to try to hold it off as long as possible, because I found out about phentermine a couple preps ago, and then when I did it, I'm like, yo, I really like this. I think I like it too much, and I'm like, let me up the dose a little bit. Oh, I'm like, at this point, this is meth. I'm like, I feel like a meth head at this point, so that made me a little nervous. So so now I try to hold it off as long as possible. But if it gets to the point where I can't function and I need a little meth, I'm like, this is the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Bentamine or meth? Let's clarify.
No, not actual meth. Not actual meth.
Disclaimer.
But I'm saying phentermine, it feels like Adderall and meth. That's what it feels like. You know, but
Okay.
I don't think it's as addictive. I would assume it's not as addictive as those things. But you know, you like it, but once prep is over, you just stop it. You know what I'm saying? So same with weed. I don't really smoke weed off season. I kind of cut it out. I don't do caffeine off season. I try to limit it because I know how rough prep is gonna get. So how hard is off season? I mean, you're tired maybe, but you're tired because you're full. So you have all the energy you need. Make sure you get your sleep. If you're snoring, get a CPAP. Don't try to cover the CPAP with caffeine, you know? Don't try to cover your bad sleep with caffeine or stimulants.
That's where I'm at right now, dude, with the CPAP, man. I need one badly.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend told me she's like, dude, you're gasping for air at night. Like, and I'm like, damn. I because once I hit like once I crossed over from 255, now it's like there's no like questioning it. Like I definitely need to get one. Are all of you using CPAPs here? I know Quentin, I know you're using one, right?
I think he does.
I saw you did like a sleep study on
I have one, but I'm not using it.
I didn't use one, but I never like my girl when she sleeps over, she never hears me gasping for air. I have gotten up in the middle of the night when I was 300 pounds, like where if I lay on my back, I feel like I can't breathe at some point, but I don't snore that loud or nothing.
Bro,
I'm sure it would benefit me, but I never used one myself.
You think, Joe, at 5'8", 300 pounds, I think you should get a CPAP.
I'm just fine.
Because I sleep just
If I'm
fine.
not gonna survive, I'm not built for this. Fuck
It's good. The CPAP's great. The only problem with me right now is I'm just at that point where I can't sleep for shit. So I'm just get comfortable to get a broken 4 hours of sleep. So with the CPAP, the problem is I'm just I could get like a good 30 minutes, but then I gotta move. I gotta go down to the couch. So that's where I'm at. I've been there for like a week and a half now. So it's
Yeah.
a fucked up
Well,
place to be.
you also probably don't snore after you lost, 40, 50 pounds, right?
Yeah.
On my back, I do, but everywhere else, I think I'm better.
Oh yeah, on my back it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to survive a night on my back. I think it's over for me. But I gotta be I gotta be like, I don't even sleep all the way flat. I gotta be here. I gotta be like this. I'll have like 4 pillows and I'll have one arm and under the pillow. It's just, it's one of them kind of parties. But yeah, Quint, the follow up to that question, what was the main focus of the off season as far as what you want to improve on?
I honestly, I feel like everything. I feel like the way we targeted stuff, we were really focused on everything. The main two things we wanted to bring up was like the density in the chest and width in the back, but we still were targeting like arm growth, adductors, hamstrings. So we were still working on everything, but I feel like I'm really balanced, man. The back shots, like I don't like to toot my own horn. I don't like to toot my own horn, but they're really good now.
My back shots is good money. Nah, yeah. Oh, wait, okay, so Quint, have you publicly announced what shows you're doing?
I'm doing the New York.
Oh, okay.
I'm so shocked.
Word? You doing New York? Damn, that's crazy, man. You heard it here first, bro. Quint doing the New York, bro.
That's funny as fuck.
I swear, like on every podcast, everybody kind of like, wait, should we include him in New York? No, I mean, on this podcast, we like, I don't know. Is he?
I think after a while we were just like, fuck it, he's doing New York.
Remember, because the last one I said, wasn't Quentin doing it? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like to say he is.
You know what it is? Like, unless somebody says it, even if everybody's saying he's doing it, unless I hear from him, I don't want to actually confirm it. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, okay, if he is doing it, then this is the predictions. But you don't want to say something for sure if you've never heard the person say it.
I'll say this. I don't know what the discussion was, but if Quinn, you had a discussion with maybe Steve like 7 months ago and you said you were doing it, you've been doing it since then. So I'm sure you already had it as a game plan. You know what I mean? For quite some time.
I'll tell you when I found out I was doing it. So I went to Vegas last October, like late October, and I saw Nick at the gym, and me and Nick were talking. Say, "Yo, what show are you What show do you guys have planned for next year?" And I'm like, "I don't know, bro. I'm still focused on the off season, bro." And he's like, "Yo, you know what show would be good for you? The New York Pro." He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna text Matt right now. You should win New York." And then he messaged Matt, and then that was the game plan. We're aiming for New York.
And then he said he's going into it.
This fucking guy.
I didn't see his video explaining it because like Matt he spoke to me that morning to let me know. But what did he say in his video when he announced that he was doing New York?
I think he basically said, from what I remember, he basically said like it was more, obviously Nick is a Jersey guy, so he was back home and like he wanted to kind of bring it back to like his roots of like where he started. After his pro debut, New York was kind of what accelerated his career, right? So he was kind of like, he was trying to bring it back to where he started. So he didn't really have an explanation as in like there's a particular reason like why he was tied to it. It was more like kind of a hype, like I'm coming back to do what I did, in 2020.
Okay.
Type. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
He said he needs 2 rings. He wants 2 rings.
Yeah.
He does, huh?
Yeah. How do you feel going up against him?
How do I feel?
going up against him. Yeah, yes, I'm pretty sure he's the first guy you think of going to
I
the
mean,
show.
I'm excited, brother. I'm excited, man. I'm super, super pumped. Like I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless, whether it's a show and there's nobody showing up, or whether there's a couple good guys. But Nick is somebody. He's up there, bro. Like I think, based on the pictures of him heading into the Olympia, I know like who knows what would have happened. But fuck, bro, he had that combination of fullness with that grainy heart condition. Maybe he could have won. So it will
Yeah,
shit. This is gonna be. It's a great opportunity. It's a great
yeah.
opportunity. I'm happy, man.
Wait, I
Yeah.
will say this too because sorry, go ahead, Zane. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, honestly, dude, since I've heard that you're gonna do the show, you're the only guy in the lineup who has a chance against him. Everybody else has no chance, in my opinion, except you. If they go for the shape route and you are right on the money right there, you can do it, dude. It's not impossible. And I truly see it happening. If he slips up and for some reason he doesn't come in at his best, we know that Nick is very consistent. But let's just say, God forbid, that day he's not on the same 100% as you. You can do it, bro. You can fucking do it. You have the height, you have the width. You'll destroy all these fuckers. I have no doubt.
Oh, thank you, brother. That means a lot to me. I mean, I believe in myself. I'm going to that bitch. I'm going to that bitch feeling like I'm defending my title. It's just, and here's the thing, like, I have respect for everybody, but it's just one of those things where I feel like you can't just go in as like a regular person to these shows, bro.
No.
You gotta go in with like,
Mm.
it's like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm quitting Rhea. But when it's bodybuilding, that's Beastwood.
Oh
And that
yeah.
that and that motherfucker, he don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. He ain't worried
Talk
about
that
shit.
talk.
You
Talk
know what
that
I'm
talk,
saying?
Quint.
So,
It's
so I'm
true.
going, I'm going in there and I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. But like on the other side, like the humble side, man, I'm just honored to be able to be healthy enough to be able to do this again. I'm very happy to share the stage with Nick, with Stu, Tonio, Martin. Like,
Martin, yeah.
I mean,
Martin.
I'm probably forgetting other guys too.
Stacked, bro.
So
It's
yeah,
stacked.
like I got a lot of respect for these guys. I'm not overlooking anybody. Like at the end of the day, you know, people see the potential in me. People see it, but I got a shirt. Yeah, I got a shirt, and it says "Potential means nothing if you don't live up to it." So this is
Facts.
the moment. This is the moment that I got to live up to it, and we're gonna see
It's
what
got
happens.
it. Yeah, Quinn, it's got it because I just watched the podcast, the Cutler Cast with Keon Pearson, and he said something that kind of reminded me of kind of you. Like, it's got to be annoying. He was saying how it's very annoying to hear like you're like the potential guy, right? Everyone that talks about it is always like, oh, potential, potential, potential. But I do want to say something about you in particular with your bodybuilding career so far. Quinn, I'll be honest, you've picked some of the hardest shows to compete at throughout your career because, people are always like, okay, you haven't won, but like, dude, like I personally, like, I feel like there are shows that probably could have happened later in the year or earlier in the year that you would have been in contention for first place. You did Texas Pro. That's probably the most stacked show of that year, and now you're vying for New York Pro, which is the most stacked show of this year. You know what I mean? So like, are you also looking into other shows later this year down the line? Are you going to fight Joe in Cali or like what's the plan for you?
I mean, listen, bro. I had a conversation with Dennis James, Milos, Chris, Cormier. Like,
Yeah.
bro, we got to bring this old school bodybuilding shit back. Win or lose, I'm coming. I'm competing everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like I
Facts.
need some pretty stage shots under different lightings, different stages. I want to put on a show for the fans. So for me, it's about like that competitive nature, and
Yeah.
I want to do my thing and have fun. So, um, we're really only focused on the New York, but my
Yeah.
mindset is regardless, I'm gonna keep going. And because this is our first show together, me and Matt, I think that the likeliness, I think 100% is very hard to hit. I think most bodybuilders, you won't get it. But I think with Matt, it's at least going to be like a 93%. But I think the more shows we do, we really refine that data. And then for the Olympia, I come at my best. And I choose hard shows sometimes. You just don't know. And then that year it ends up being hard. And, I'm obviously going to stick to, even though I never made a statement, I had some people criticize, like, oh, he's not announcing it because he's afraid, he's ducking the smoke. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, I'm here, I'm here, and I'm in New York in like 2-3 weeks. So, I feel like Carlos Thomas is like that too, him and his dad. They're like, if we can't win these big shows, we're just not good enough. And that's kind of how I see it. Like, there's guys, I mean, being at the Olympia is an accomplishment, but I want to make a dent when I'm there, and if I'm not good enough to do it, then shit, sucks. But I know that when I'm ready, I'm going to do damage.
Amen.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know why people think that you owe it to them to tell them what show you're doing. You don't owe nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Back in my days, I would tell everybody, great, congratulations. Motherfucker, nobody got to tell you nothing. You don't, it has nothing to do with hiding. You don't even have to post on social media besides, your companies. But the truth is that you don't owe anybody anything. Nobody has to do shit. We don't even have to do this podcast. We doing it because we feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, but people get entitled like, hey, you got to tell people this. Nah, they don't. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. So, but definitely, yeah, if you come to Cal, we're going to take good care of you. We're going to load you up on Essiclean. You're going to be out there looking like a Lavroni in that bitch.
On what? What's that?
Essiclean.
I don't know what that is.
You don't even know what that is. That's that old school shit that they used to load up.
Nigerian, bro. We don't know any of this shit, bro.
Yeah, not at all. It's like when you used to see Kevin Lavroni all fold up like this and flex, they was up to something.
That's hilarious.
We got that shit out here in Cali, boy.
Where in Cali do you live?
I live in Hollywood, right smack dab in West Hollywood, bro.
How far is that from Anaheim?
Not too long. I was just in Anaheim. I was just in Anaheim yesterday. It took me 45 minutes, 45 to an hour. Not bad.
That's although there's no traffic getting there, coming back was a bitch.
Yeah, that shit scared me. I look at that GPS on the way back, but it's all good. I'm like, I came here late as fuck. When I'm coming, Joe and Paul leaving. I'm like, damn, what am I do? But but I just stood around, talked to people, watched some of my friends competing, and went home. Drove for an hour just to stay for 20 minutes.
Fucking baby, bro. He's like, yo, maybe I'll meet up with you guys at Paul's house, and this is and that. If not, I'll see you guys there. And automatically, I was like, all right, see you there, baby. Motherfucker didn't wake up till like 12:30. That's when we left.
Yeah, the plan was meet up at 12:30. I woke up at 12:30. Left, forgot my gym clothes, so I couldn't even work out with them. I just showed up, paid $50, just stood there. And
it was dope, bro. We went to Fit Nation, and then we went pretty much damn near when it closed. So it was like pretty empty when we were there.
Yeah, good shit. All right, what are we? 50 minutes in. Let me check out. Have you posted any pictures lately, Quint?
Nothing recent. I posted a picture today, but it's from weeks ago.
All right, bet.
This guy, man, this Quint guy, man, you're really gaming the system right now, bro.
I'm just having fun, bro.
He trying to catch him off guard. Hold up a second. Instagram.
Hey, Quint, why didn't you do the Detroit Pro?
I wasn't in shape yet, bro.
You weren't ready. Okay.
Yeah, like I was getting there, but I just wasn't ready yet.
Hey, you're on Andrew's page. Beatty, you want to join us? You want to join us with Andrew?
Oh, I don't even remember what the fuck I was looking at. What I was looking at Andrew's page. I think I probably pulled it up. That's okay. All right, what we got here?
There we go, top. Yep.
Okay. How you get your calves like that, bro?
Those calves, bro. You see how Dick Beatty, we both gravitated to what we don't have.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Bro, I didn't think this was possible. My calves are getting worse, bro. They're like,
whoa.
I think it's like some kind of, somebody told me when you start getting heavy, you get flat footed. So when you push off of your foot, you can't contract your what do you call it, gastrocnemius. And I agree.
Yeah.
I think I can only work like my soleus and like my outer calf, but I can't get that meaty part. I can't connect with it. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And it's sad, bro. It's really sad. That if you know, I don't wear shorts no more. I just completely stop wearing shorts. But it's okay.
Load them up.
Oh,
Try the newbie.
It's Aiden, this newbie, bro.
Zay, bro, they better start paying you for this newbie because I'm tired of hearing this bullshit, bro.
Shit, for real.
But
It works, bro. It works. It works.
It's hard for me to walk around with wires coming out my ass,
Dude,
bro.
I'm not doing that shit, bro. Like,
it's I guess for calves in particular, that wouldn't be as bad, but just working out. When I'm in the gym, I'll be sweaty. I'll be, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a different world. It's hard for me to just hook it up. I'll get impatient. I want to just rip the shit up. When I see Zay, whatever, I want to rip that shit off of Zay, let alone myself.
Yeah.
I'm like,
especially in prep, you know, like you have that kind of aggression in the gym. It's like, dude, I don't want to sit there and get strapped up. Like, I just want to go, you know?
It's hard, bro.
Go.
I've been watching this dude's podcast. I like it. Muscle Discord.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his actual name? The guy. I don't remember.
I think it's Matt.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I could get him on the podcast. I got this thing. I like getting hosts as guests. That's like my thing for some reason. Because they have good insight. They have
keeps
a
it
different
buck. He doesn't.
Yeah.
What I liked about it, he doesn't like sugarcoat things. Like, he'll tell you as it is. You know, he kind of just like says it as it is, how he feels, even if it may be incorrect. He'll say it. You know, for the guests that are there, which is nice. You know.
He doesn't play both sides. He'll tell both sides the same thing, which is rare. You get that. If you know me, I'll be bullshitting. If I have a guest on, I'm bullshitting all day.
Maybe he tell you win the New York Pro today. He'll tell Stu tomorrow. He'll tell Nick the next day.
I would tell Tonio, yo, Tonio, you got this. You know, you got this, Tonio. Don't worry about it. Now, this guy, he don't do that. He'll just tell everybody what's up. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Quint added a shit ton of muscle, bro. You know,
because you're so balanced, I feel like it doesn't translate as well in pictures. You know what I mean? Like I can see, because obviously we've all been doing this for a while. Like, I can see where you've added overall, but because your physique is balanced in itself, it's almost sometimes kind of like you grew overall, but like people don't see it as much because like there's no like, you don't have any weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like physiques that don't have any weaknesses, that's always a problem. Like Martin is another example of that, right? Like Martin is a pretty decent, he's a great physique. And like, if you look at his Detroit to Texas, I think he got bigger, but people are like, oh, he looked the same. It's like, no, everything grew, bro. Like, you just can't, you know, everything is in proportion. So you don't get that a lot of times.
I know exactly what you mean in regards to Martin. He did, but he grew very balonced. Yeah. I mean, bro, I think Vito's a freak bodybuilder. And like, he looked really good next to Vito.
Yeah.
You know? I think the right guy won, but I think it was still pretty close.
It's close. Yeah, it was close. It's close.
Same with
I hope that boy do New York too.
Vito?
He said he wasn't doing it, from what I heard. He's doing, they said he may be doing Cali, but he's not doing New York, just because I think he had to go home to Russia because he hasn't seen his family for some time or something like that.
Yeah.
I think his coach, Chris Cito, said that, right? He said he's going back to Russia or Ukraine with one of them.
He's Russian, bro.
Oh, he's Russian?
You can't put both of them in the same.
My bad.
Right now, bro.
I was like, no one else caught that
shit. Well, yeah, he's going back home apparently to see family, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make that turnaround. Would love to have him in Cali though. You know, get him some on some Essenclean as well, and see what's up.
But knowing Chris Aceto, he's probably going to compete for the remainder of the freaking year, bro. Like, Chris guys always compete like almost all the shows, you know. So he's probably going to be doing a couple, as long as I guess his sponsor will cover it or something, you know.
Hey, man, his physique translated well. Honestly, I was really unsure about him. I couldn't grasp him. I'm like, I know he's short. I don't think he's that big. He's never been shredded. So I'm like, is he gonna be shredded? What's going on? I'm like, how Photoshop is this? I know he has some grain and filters, but if is he really fucking with these pictures? He was hiding his belly button. I'm like, this is just it don't look like it's gonna go well. And then he shows up. Honestly, I think he looked better. I think he looked even better in person. He looked more shredded in person to me.
Props to him, because if you compare him to that guest posing where he actually hurt his knee, it's like a night and day different bodybuilder. Like complete, even his waist, his waist completely went down. Everything. It's like a completely different guy. So props to Vito, man. You can tell the guy put in work. I mean, I think everyone is kind of convinced now that he's legit. Vito is a legit guy.
Shit. Yeah. If he would have beat Rafa, Antonio in Brazil, I don't think people would have freaked out.
They wouldn't.
And if you would have beat Mark, I still think the right guy won, at least in Detroit. I don't believe Rafa won personally.
Yeah,
but in Detroit, I did feel Martin won. But if Vito would have won, I don't think there would have been like a bunch of people going crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a robbery because it was close. But how do you think the Brazil show should have went? What do you guys think?
I think Antonio should have won.
Me too. Yeah. Honestly, it's hard to say this without maybe offending Rafa, but Rafa knows he wasn't in shape. Like, let's be real. So I personally, okay, here's the thing. All these other stuff like shape, structure, size, it only counts when you're in shape. You can't win a shot if you have body fat, right? So you can't win a shot if you see physical body fat covering your. It doesn't matter how big your legs are. If there's no lines because there's body fat there, you can't win that shot. So
I got an argument. Brother.
Okay.
I don't even want to use the argument because these are my Nigerian brothers.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say, bro.
They beat a lot of people that are a lot leaner than them. So it's like,
you mean like Samson beating Nick at the Arnold?
yeah, that, and even like his posing, Nick was posing better at the Arnold too. Like Samson sweating a lot, and they still gave it to Samson. And like the show at the Texas when Andrew beat Martin. I mean, Andrew's musculature, his shape, everything was just so overwhelming that I understand. It makes sense why that was able to beat a complete bodybuilder. And I don't think Raph is like, I don't think he's on the level of those guys, but I'm just saying like the same kind of premise. Like they weren't lean enough, but still got it done,
That's what I said.
The consensus for me, the theory for me, Quentin, is there's levels, right? So if you're a big guy where you're just clearly structurally, you're just really, really big, where it's just hard to overcome, right? There's nothing you can really do. It's almost like you put like, what's the name of that guy in the 90s? You put him next to, or say like Lee Priest versus Ronnie Coleman. He beat him sometimes, right? But like realistically, if both are in relatively good shape, Ronnie, a lot of times, Ronnie would not lose to Lee unless he is completely off because he's just too big. And like for Rafa, Antonio, and Vito, Rafa is not that much bigger than Vito, for example, right? Like from a muscularity standpoint, even by a structure standpoint, he's just taller. So that's why that argument kind of doesn't add up a lot of times.
But there's something to be said about stage presence, and people forget that's a huge part of bodybuilding. This man is a bigger guy, and he poses really confident, even if he wasn't in the best shape. The judges like shit like that. When you look like you're owning that bitch, and you're again a big presence, it's going to stand out. And you may not be the best actually that day, but because you're doing shit like that, like it goes a long way. I truly believe that.
And Joe, I agree with you, because to me personally in Brazil, I think Vito lost that show. I'll be completely honest with you, because if Vito's posing was perfect, like he had like perfect posing, and because the tan, I don't know what was up with the tan for everyone but Rafa. Story for another day. But if his tan was good and his posing was perfect, I personally think that Vito would have been the guy to beat because he was he was relatively the most conditioned, and muscularity wise, he was the most muscular guy on stage. I think what hurt Vito was that his posing compared to the other two, like if you hit like a side chest and stuff, it looks awkward. So you can't really you can't give it to him. You know what I mean?
No, his posing was bad that show. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Here's the issue though. By that logic of the presence, the stage presence and structure, then what's stopping Samson and Andrew from being one and two at the Olympia? Literally everything that Tonio was beating off of.
You're talking about Olympia though. There's a certain level of conditioning you bring to Olympia. Like there's
so the judging should be different.
And they have stage presence. Everybody in that top 5, they pose and act like they should be there. Like they act like they're the shit, and it shows.
So stage presence trumps condition now.
I didn't say that, fool. I said that it's another box that they checked that the other two didn't. Like they posing good and stuff, but there's a difference between that and then acting like you fucking own it, like it's mine, and like you're not gonna let anybody take it. You know what I'm saying? Like
so, like what he's saying, like for example,
Quint literally said, "I don't give a fuck who shows up. I'm coming in like it's mine."
A good example of that.
That's not the case. It doesn't matter.
So what Joe is saying, Beatty, what Joe is saying is when it's close like that, right? Those things do matter. So an example too is like Tonio versus Stu at New York Pro, right? Where Tonio was kind of like that guy, right? Like and like the laughing joke is Stu should smile, right? But it's kind of like, you know, people were saying like, oh, Stu doesn't want it bad, or like Sean Roden. People would always give that to Sean Roden. Like Sean Roden's not fighting for the Olympia. Like, look, he doesn't even seem like he wants to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think those things matter.
Of course,
when it's close, when it's relatively close like that. I don't think the Brazil show should have been close, but based on what was there,
okay, yeah. If it's close. If Quint is going to be the biggest structure and is probably going to have the most stage confidence, maybe besides Nick. But if Quint shows in there with a fat ass, he's not winning the show. So it only matters if it's close. If Rafa was nearly as shredded as Tonio and Vito, then 100% agree. So everything Joe and Ken are saying are right. It just doesn't translate for this because it wasn't close. Like Rafa from behind was 6 weeks out. So you can have all the stage presence. You could be a battle rapper for all I care. You got all the stage presence. You could punch him in the face. It's irrelevant if you're not in shape. You can't just say, I'm going to come in 6 weeks out. Hey, Quint, let's come in 6 weeks out. Just act like you want it and you're going to win. And as long as you're the bigger structure, you win. So yes, it has to be close. That just wasn't close. So like with Andrew, like somebody said Andrew and Martin, I could see that because at least Andrew's condition, he didn't have a bunch of body fat on his glutes. I just think his glutes they're never going to be shredded. They're just, you know, they weren't super soft. They just weren't shredded, you know.
That's still his second best showing after the Arnold too. He wasn't lean either. Yeah,
exactly. Same thing when Andrew beat Hunter at the what show is that? Texas. Yeah. Now that's close enough. Andrew wasn't 6 weeks out. He wasn't as shredded as Hunter, you know, but Hunter also wasn't as shredded as Tonio or Vito. So it was close enough that takes you over the top. So I completely agree with you what guys you're saying. Only if it applies. I just don't think it applied. Even Samson versus Nick, I probably would have Nick winning personally, but that's just my opinion. But I still think that was closer than Tonio and Rafa. You know, I also wasn't there, and I'm not a judge, so take it with a grain of salt.
And that Samson versus Nick, when you throw it like that, you make it seem like it was a 2-man. That's not how it was. Nick was the odd man out. It was Samson, Nick, Andrew, Big Ramy. Like these were all relatively really tall guys, and you know Samson and Andrew, even Ramy, are relatively aesthetic. You know, so Nick was kind of the odd man out. And even Nick himself said it. He said it's either he was coming first or he was coming third. You know, where the confusion was that he kind of came second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of strange. Yeah.
So
there's always going to be boxes to check. So yeah, if you're a little bit softer, but you're beating somebody everywhere else, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to get, like, Lee Haney was never more shredded than Gaspari and Lee Labrada, but he had more boxes checked because he was more muscular, taller, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was enough at the time, but it was still close enough. If Lee Haney was on stage 6 weeks out, then I don't think Lee Haney beats them, you know? I feel like here's the fairness part. Or you could say subconscious part of judging, right? When you see somebody at their best and then somebody not at their best, that plays into it, right? So Samson against Nick, Samson was at his best. So it's like, even though, you know what I'm saying, he's not as lean as Nick, we had never seen him that lean. So I think sometimes that plays a part. So yeah, my only thing about the fairness is that where I think that's the reason why I don't want to see somebody like Rafa with that look win the show is that because that sets a bad standard, you know, because I know damn well if Joe shows up in Cal in Rafa's condition, Joe ain't winning shit, right? So we got to keep it fair. It can't be like, well, Rafa wins because of this, but nobody else is winning in that condition because you're not even getting first call out.
Joe is more shredded now than Brandon on stage, bro. Right?
Than Rafa?
Could you pull the pics from that show? Was it really that bad?
In the ass and hamstring, but let me see. No. Where would I find it now? Because I don't think Rafa's going to post the back shot.
Jacoby probably. Jacoby has it.
Jacoby probably got it. Yeah. So that's my only. That's my only thing. I just like I said, if I feel like if Quint shows up like that to New York, not only is Quint not winning, but Quint is probably not getting first call out. You know, so I just want everybody to have that same standard. Is all I'm saying. There's a pro level standard that it's like people always have to abide by. Now from the front, I don't think it was bad from the front. This is cool for me. Yeah. You know, does everybody agree that this is cool?
Yeah,
I think it's cool. Yeah, I don't think he's that shredded as Antonio, but I think it's cool. This is my issue. Like looking at this and this, somebody said he had it was like bad shots. Do you think it's bad shots or it's just condition?
Antonio said he had lumps or something too as well.
I mean, I guess if you count this, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you guys think looking at this? Looking at this backside and this backside.
I mean, Tonio's leaner. I think Raf's condition is still respectable though.
Okay.
But I don't think. But yeah, Tonio's clearly more complete in that department.
Yeah, he doesn't look 6 weeks out, but he's definitely off. Like even the abs and thigh is a strong shot for Rafa. If you go back to that ab and thigh, you can see that like it's not really a strong shot for him here. So he's clearly off. So it's almost like
you can tell he's been eating. You can tell.
Yeah. It's almost like you say like this guy's gonna beat you no matter what, even when he's off. You know, which can be very hard to take. You know, as a bodybuilder, and let's not forget, you know, Vito was in the show too. Vito, Antonio.
Yeah, I think like good.
I kind of just think like, you know, they're kind of setting it up, you know, justifying the win by saying Rafa is just a bigger man. Like they're comparing him to like a Samson, but Rafa and Samson aren't in the same size category, man.
No, they're not.
They're just not, you know,
like 30 pounds apart.
Yeah.
Granted, even though we're debating this, neither of us were here and we're not judges. So at the end of the day, because I would say in the video, I'll say Rafa looks leaner here than he does in the video. Here, he looks like, for Rafa, maybe 2 weeks out. In the video, he looks 6 weeks out. So already, that tells you there's a difference between being there in person, because if I'm good judging by the videos, it wasn't even close. Judging by here, actually, I still have Tonio winning, but it's not as bad as it looked in the video, that's for sure. So if you're there in person, what if it's a little bit closer? And if it's a little bit close, you know what I'm saying? So we still got to understand that being there in person is different. So I have Tonio winning from my computer and me being an amateur bodybuilder, so take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo, why
Well,
didn't
you guys,
Detroit?
so, huh?
Why didn't Antonio do Detroit? Does anybody know?
He said he tried to.
Yeah.
What was that?
Mm,
Oh, he tried? I didn't know that.
he didn't sign the contract in time. So he missed kind of like the opportunity where he can just sign and go for it. So
But
he couldn't do it.
But then the question was, why didn't he sign it earlier? And he said Jacoby coaches Justin Rodriguez, and he said Jacoby wanted Justin to win that show, so initially they didn't plan it for that. I don't like that. I don't like that. First of all, you're saying how would you assume that Justin is going to beat Martin and Vito? First of all, and that's his job, is to compete. So it's like, just because you think you might win this show, I shouldn't do it. That's not fair.
I think it was a misstep because the New York's going to be way harder than that show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tonio's going. He's got to have to go to Cali. Like I think he's definitely going to do Cali because he's done it the last couple of years. I mean, I think, yeah, New York is this is a tough one, man. Like, I feel like I don't know if any show is going to be as stacked as this year. I would hope not, because man, this league right now is just crawling with talent, bro. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and this is why I was talking about that when I mentioned that Quinn. I was like, damn, Quinn hasn't won a pro show. Carlos hasn't won a pro show. Martin just got his first pro show in 3 years. He's been a pro for like the last three and a half years. Like, there's so many good guys on the scene right now that it's almost like, dude, like, pro show wins. Before, it was almost like, okay, you can win a pro show, and then there's the Arnolds, and then there's the Olympia. Now, just even the pro shows, it's tough to just win a pro show these days. It's not like, a couple of years ago. It's very difficult.
You can't.
What I like about Matt, I'm gonna tell you guys, because something happened a couple months ago, and then that's when he sent me the message to let me know that Nick was also going to do the New York. And I got the message. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, yeah, cool. That's it. Nothing changed, bro. Nothing changed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't agree with that. Like, that's what that's what I've heard from, like, with all due respect, this is not a stab at Jacoby, but generally, this is what I hear bikini coaches do, because they have like 50 bikini girls. They try to line them up at different shows. Yo, this is men's open. If you can't beat Tonio, then you can't beat Tonio. Too fucking bad. Well, what do you want me? So it's like, I don't know. That I don't think that's a good move. Imagine it's like Matt is like, hey, Nick, don't do New York because Quint is doing it, and then Quint gets 4th place. It's like, what?
Yeah,
that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big misstep. And the thing is, bro, it's like, shit, the Cali's gonna be hard too, So it's like he's gonna have to keep going. Maybe to Toronto.
Bro, these next 4 shows. These next 4 shows, think about it, right? These next 4 shows are going to be difficult, and there are going to be more guys entering into the fray. So Tonio's going to have to keep going. Vito's going to have to keep going.
Everybody, yeah.
Quay, you may have to keep going. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know
Carlos
if you're going to qualify, bro. Carlos too. Carlos got.
Bro, you know what's crazy?
Shit.
I think every single show from now on is going to be crazy. And then when I was on a podcast with Nathan, and I was saying, like, yo, guys might have to go international. He said, nah, motherfucker, don't come here, because y'all forgetting me. Y'all forgetting Chriso. Andrew is in Dubai. You know what I'm saying?
Nixzilla.
Nixzilla. Y'all forgetting motherfuckers out there, bro. You ain't nobody about to sneak in, let me go over to Prague real quick. Yeah, all right. You about to come back. You about to spend all them hours on a flight just to come back, in 4th place. You know what I'm saying? So Careful, or Chicago. You can't sneak in at Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Chicago,
Shire. You can't do the Shire plan. No, let me stop. I just fuck with you. But you can't sneak in that Chicago real quick. Chicago is gonna be stacked, bro. Chicago. I think it's all gonna be stacked. There's no.
But I'm a correct you, man.
Uh-oh.
I won't have to keep going.
My man.
I like that.
We like
I'll let
about.
them do that.
That's
Don't
Beastwood
let
right
that
there.
slide.
That's Beastwood talking
Hey,
right
listen.
there.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna start my cruise, take a little break and get ready for the O.
That's
Don't let that
Beastwood
slide.
talking right there. That's what I
Yeah.
like to hear.
Don't let that slide, Quint. Don't let that slide. Yeah.
But that.
So how are you ever going to be great unless you believe that you're great?
Exactly.
You have to feel that way.
There's no way. You can't be going to show like, let's see.
And even within New York, man, I feel like a lot of people are like, well, Nick is gonna win, so like, what's the point of doing it? What kind of fucking mindset is that? Why would you do any show? So don't compete.
What I'm fucking saying.
Why do the Olympia? Don't fuck the Olympia. You're not gonna win. Don't do the Olympia. You're not gonna win the Arnold. Don't do the Arnold. What show? What fucking show are you gonna do? Everybody is gonna be heavy hitters every show. So if you're scared to compete, why the fuck would you compete? You go into every show. I'm gonna just lose to this person, and I'm gonna lose to this person in Cal. I'm gonna lose to this person in Vancouver. Just stay home.
I think for a pro too, it's actually really what an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like I think of a guy like Stu, like Quinn that hasn't made it to the Olympia. Be it Quinn, you've stood with some behemoths, right? Like Andrew. But like what an opportunity, to be able to stand with arguably number 3 in the world and see like where you stack up. You know what I mean? Like, because you never know what could happen. Maybe, you've been judged differently and they put you right next to Nick and you're like, whoa, this guy's pretty big. This guy has everything. He's not really losing that much to Nick Walker. It's like, I'm sure a guy like Stu, because think about it last year, right? People were like, okay, Stu is a newer pro, no big deal. But people didn't really start giving Stu respect till the guest posing where he stood next to Hunter. And people were like, whoa, Stu is just as big as Hunter. Like, this guy is actually a big guy. And people started taking him seriously, after that guest posing. So it's a big opportunity, man, that you just never know how this is going to go. So, yeah.
Great. For everybody. Martin getting next to Nick, Martin standing next to Quint standing next to Nick, Stu next to Quint. I want to see all of this. First of all, the physiques are so different, bro. Like Quint's physique is so different. Martin's physique is so different. Stu's physique is really completely different physiques. You can't even say like fucking apples, oranges, bananas. Everybody's so different. So that actually makes it more interesting because where do you go? If all these guys are in shape, they all have the tissue, right? Quint, okay, you're gonna say, well, Quint doesn't have as much tissue as this person. Well, Quint is actually the biggest motherfucker there, but if we're talking technically, right? So it's like you have so many different ways to go that the judging, they're gonna have to pick one. End of the day, they can only be one. They're gonna have to pick one, and they might not always pick the one you think they're gonna pick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so different. So I think that's gonna be interesting. Like that top 5, you can make an argument. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Nick is the favorite. Like we know that, right? But you can make an argument. They can go whatever they're like Jay said. Yeah, I don't believe they necessarily say we're gonna go for shape this show but if it's in front of you and you're looking, it could always change your mind. Well, this looks way better than we imagined it would look. Quint put on all the size he needed. She's shredded. You fucking never know. So nobody should be going to the show just like fucking I'm losing.
Because I think of like Quinn versus Tonio, right? Tonio is arguably number 8 in the world right now, number 8. Like Quinn standing next to Tonio, like I don't know how this is going to play out, but like, let's say hypothetically Quinton wins or he comes second. Automatically, on paper, Quinn is potentially number 3 or number 8, at the Olympia. Like, it's crazy, so you just don't know how this is going to go. You just don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to be there, Quinn, in the crowd, so I'm looking forward to this show, bro. I'm going to support you, and let's see how this thing rolls out, man. I'm freaking excited. This is the best New York pro we've had in years. Since the Big Ramy era. 2013.
Yeah, look, I low key want to go. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I low key want to pop up in there. It's gonna be good. But y'all want to get into questions?
Yeah.
We've been off for a minute.
Does anyone show up before? Did anyone see Stu's guest posing? Is there a video on that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't find
I-
videos
Oh,
anywhere.
well, I mean, it's
It's on my
all over
story.
his Instagram. Yeah, Stu has it reposted left and right. It looks really good. I thought you
I
It's on
think
my
I will.
story.
I think it's on my story.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Stu-
sure, sure.
on Stu's actual page though, he has like
Oh yeah, you're right. He
different
has a bunch of
angles.
it.
Yeah, because there's different angles of him doing it.
Well, he filled out because I remember when he started getting flat, his legs looked a little flat, and I'm like, "Hey, Stu,
Yeah,
your legs getting
look at
flat,"
that.
but they filled out.
He's doing the one knee out. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah. Bro,
he
that ain't
said
happening
he.
with me. My knees will blow out.
Yeah.
Yo, where is Stu today?
He
Oh,
said
oh,
he was getting tired.
yeah, he wasn't feeling too good today. I told him, all right, then stay your ass home.
Hmm.
You'll be all right.
He looks good, man.
Tell him I get it, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like all you guys in prep, like especially on this podcast, like you guys have all been in prep and just been showing up each week. Like guys that watch this, please support these guys, man. Like, subscribe to Beatty's channel. It's not easy, man. I like props to you guys. You guys have not missed a single. This is the first week Stu has missed, and he's been doing 2 a week. So it's not
Yeah.
easy. So guys,
I
please
don't know.
support these guys, man. Like their pages, subscribe to Beatty's channel. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm just nervous that everybody at one point in prep is gonna reach that I don't give a fuck point, and I'm nervous that I'm gonna reach that I don't give a fuck point, and y'all gonna be like, "Yo, Beatty, we on today?" And it's
Nah,
gonna be
dog,
silent.
that's when you start. That's when I'll get you your kratom drink, bro.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Yo, because that happened to me like the last 3 weeks, bro. I was silent. You didn't
Wow,
hear
Stu's
peep
doing
from me.
vacuums? I didn't know Stu did vacuums.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
he
a vacuum.
He
He
does
does
it
it
in his
in,
front double and his ab and thigh. He'll fuck with it a little bit, I think.
Look good.
He
Hey,
looks good, man.
I think he's in better shape than a lot of pros are on show day. On show day.
So that was
He
really
looks good.
fish by the pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Congrats to
guys,
Stu, man.
I'm gonna get off of here because looking at the screen is starting to give me a headache.
Yeah. Do you think, Quint?
Yeah,
Yo,
but
Quinn,
yo,
this is my
it's nice
first-
talking to you guys.
This is my
Thank
first
you for
time
coming
meeting
on,
you,
brother.
bro. Great meeting you, man.
And yeah, Quinn, hit me up on the side if you're gonna be in New York. Like if you want to hang or if you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, and it
All
was nice meeting you too, brother. Nice talking to you guys, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday.
All right,
Good
you
luck,
too,
Thank you,
bro.
brother.
Likewise.
Have a
Appreciate
great day.
Take care.
Later.
Bye.
I like Quint, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
surprised
dope.
the shit out of me being on here because I know because he talked about going through it the other day with his face.
Yeah.
I think it was a picture of him and somebody else. I was like, when he came on, I was like, damn.
Yeah, so
I didn't-
Quint's he's hurting, man. Quinn is such a happy guy, like happy
tell.
natured guy. You could tell he's
Bro,
he's
keep
hurting.
in mind
Man.
though. I mean, it says a lot to me. He was on here for over an hour.
Yeah,
That was pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be
Good job,
honest.
bro. We kept him
I
going.
didn't think he was gonna make it. If I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's
even when I ask, I kind of ask like I make sure like there's no pressure. I don't want anybody to feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pressuring them. So it's always like, yo, if you got time, yeah, I don't care if it's 15 minutes. If you don't mind showing face, and if you can't, no worries. I make sure I put it in a way that nobody feels like they got to think of, because you don't want to feel that anxious feeling like, oh, I gotta be here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he showed up, and I'm very
Yeah,
thankful he showed up.
I wanted to meet him because I think he was on one other time and I wasn't on. But he
Yeah.
was somebody I really was drawn to because he was natural for so long. And like around the time I jumped on and Ken, like, starting stuff, he did too. And I watched his progression as well as, doing my thing. So I was like, man, it's pretty dope. He took the same route.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, if he's doing Cal, bro, I was talking to the one that's gonna produce the podcast for the in person, and I think at first I told him 6, and I was like maybe 7. This shit might be 10 motherfuckers in that fucking hotel room at this point.
That's funny as fuck.
Because I'm telling everybody to come.
And the more the merrier. That's gonna,
And
that's
Joe,
gonna
Joe,
be
wait,
such a dope game.
Joe, what's even crazier about Quinn, and people don't say this a lot, Quinn actually turned pro naturally.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
He
like
actually-
that was a big deal to me.
That's insane.
So, Like
That's
I see
insane.
him up there, and we talk about potential, but I don't even see potential. This motherfucker's doing it. Like I'm watching him do it.
Yeah.
So when you talked about that potential thing, I'm like, I don't even look at him like that, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
no, he's gonna be there. There's no potential. It's there. He's gonna do it.
And that's what I said. That's why, like, Quinn just, if you look at his contest history, historically, each year he has picked the hardest shows. Like, to be honest, he would have won at least 1 or 2 shows by now. It just happened.
Sure.
That one year he lost, I had him winning. Honestly, that one time he lost against John.
For sure.
That's that mindset, though, bro. Like if you're gonna try to be the best at something, you want to go against the best, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna ever get that far by like trying to skim by the lower level stuff.
Yeah.
Like so, it's respectable as fuck. I like that though.
Yeah.
I don't even understand that mindset, bro. It's like it's okay now. Okay, there is something to be said about having a game plan for shows you're doing for sure, but I still respect it. I definitely respect it. You like I'm gonna see where I stand up, but against everybody, I don't care. You can always do more shows, so you don't have to say let me just pick out the easiest shows of the year. You can do a few of them as long as they're close together. You can knock out like what Quinn is doing. You're gonna do the hardest show, but he's gonna do a few. You know what I'm saying until he qualifies. But that show, I think it was Toronto. I think Quint should have beat Joe Thomas, and then last year there was a handful of shows that he more than likely would have won as well. But he don't care about that. He just knows that look wasn't gonna be like a top 6 guy at the Olympia. So until he's there, he doesn't care to just get up there just to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Or even top 10 guy. You know what I'm saying? He wants to make sure that he's not just showing up just to participate. And I personally,
did he do the New York Pro before?
No,
Quentin.
I don't think so.
It's first time.
Okay.
COVID.
I'm excited. I was talking about doing the New York next year. I'm still focused on this year, right? But just the build up for next year. I mean, first of all, I'm gonna have another year under my belt, right? And then I'm gonna get to go against Ken, which is something I really want to do after seeing him go into North. So
North America. Oh, he said, "Oh, no, what show you did? North American."
I'm just excited. I know Baby's gonna be there no matter what. I'm sure Stu will probably try to run it back there again because it seems to be his show. Oh my man, like I want to focus on this year, but like the future's exciting. It's exciting.
2025, man. That's the New York Pro is a Fit Nation Classic, man. That's showing up.
like I have zero rivalry with Ken, right? But for me, it's like going to get for example, going into the Cal, I see everybody competing. And I'm just like, but I want to go against Stu because he's a brother, bro. Like he's somewhat it's
that's fair.
Paul's doing it with me too, right? So like that shit's exciting. Like it's fucking exciting. So
it's so exciting because Joe, the same thing you just said. Like for me too. Like because on this pod, like Stu is the pro amongst us. Like in terms of experience, he's been on the pro side. Mm-hmm. So I want to know where I stand next to Stu. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so it's like everyone is kind of like, and it's not a rivalry thing. It's just like I just want to know my place in the pro landscape. Especially like for you, like because you're doing Cali, and I don't know how it is mentally for you, but it's almost like transitioning from the amateur to the pros now. It's kind of like you're still trying to find where you stand amongst the pro landscape. You know what I mean? So like Joe, I'm not gonna lie, like I would love it if you could do New York next year, like, and we could all just motivate each other.
I'm I've already planned
Yeah,
for it.
man.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
I may have to take that creative too, man. Like shit.
Yeah.
Gives you the upper hand, bro. Fuck.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly, man.
All right. Y'all
Exciting
want to get to
shit.
questions?
Yeah.
All right. You're into best and worst unsolicited comments. Best and worst unsolicited comments you've received by people in public.
In public?
I guess in
What?
public or in
I'm
comments.
like, I'll be honest. No one says shit to me in public.
But you get compliments, I'm sure, in public.
Compliments, yeah, but I took it as a negative.
Or best and worst, but let's say in person or in comments as well.
Someone told me yesterday when they saw me in person that they think that I'm actually going to be bigger than Nick Walker structurally, like because of my structure when they saw me in person.
You are bigger than him structurally. He has more muscle on his body though.
I know he has more muscle, but when that guy told me that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, didn't even like that possibility didn't even cross my mind.
You got it. No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. We're still talking about this. So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Joe. It looked like he grew his structure because I don't remember him being that fucking wide, bro. And it's weird. I'm looking. I'm like, if it's just muscle, but it looks like his shoulder width is actually that wide. So it's kind of weird because I didn't think he was that wide before. Joe.
Joe.
Like in person, it looks pretty crazy.
Nick is huge with muscle. My structure is what makes me look bigger than I am.
Yeah, Joe's wide, man. Joe's very wide. Yeah.
I think Stu had a bigger structure than Nick as well. I obviously Nick is more muscular than Stu as well, but structurally, I think Joe actually had a bigger structure than both Stu and Nick, and then Stu and Joe. And Nick just put on so much muscle that it doesn't really, it kind of cancels it out, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
like Phil did it.
Like Sean Clarita, bro. Like,
yeah, he don't have a big structure at all.
Super narrow, but bro, his shoulders are so fucking big and round. It looks great.
It's insane.
I think Joe, you on this pod, like our regular cast, you're definitely the biggest structure guy. Out of all of us, like your structure is like Jay Cutler, like structure, like very.
It looks like
that's another compliment I get all the time. The structure.
Mine wasn't even anything. I mean, I've heard stuff like that, like on mine, but the one that I remember is I was walking into like a TJ Maxx or something, and this little kid was with her mom, and they were walking, and they passed me, and the kid like tapped her mom, was like, "Mom, look at that guy. He's got clouds all over his body."
That's hilarious.
Bubbly
clouds.
Bubbly. That reminds me, one time I was in Walmart. This is fucking years ago. I was wearing a Batman stringer and just had a big bat symbol. And a little kid was like, "Mommy, look, it's Batman."
Damn right, son, it's Batman. What about Zay?
Oh, yeah. Best compliments?
It's hard to say. It's hard to pick one, you know?
Yeah, dude. One time, actually, I did feel really good. My friend paid me a compliment. I ran into Phil Heath in the gym, and that day, for some reason, I was looking really, really good. It was about 8 weeks out from the show, and it was during that phase when you're lean, but you're not shredded, but you still have a lot of fullness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, he was looking kind of flat that day, so I out-angled him with a picture.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend was telling me, I never saw the day that I would see Zayd out-angling Phil. So, I told him, yeah, that's illusion.
I need to see this picture, Zayd. I want to see this picture.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was thinking, Joe.
No, Phil isn't like a super impressive guy in a t-shirt, especially like right now. You know, I think I actually did see the picture. I think he was training legs that day. He was doing like hack squats. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did look bigger than Phil, but you know that's also Phil retired and
That's retired. Yeah, that's retired. That's
Yesterday, fucking, we
Hey.
took a group picture with that men's physique pro Mark, our friend,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And fucking Paul, he stepped all in front of the camera and like that and
Oh,
shit.
damn right.
And then I was kind of back like that, and Paul's like, "Hey, look, dog out angled you." I was like, "Yeah, but look how far you had to step forward, and I'm still not that far off."
I do like seeing people that used to be bigger than me, and now I'm bigger than them. You know, like I mean, unless they lost everything, right? But if they're still kind of big, I'm like, oh, that's that guy. I used to look up to that guy. Now I'm like bigger than him. I kind of like that.
Unless I see a picture, I can't see it.
Okay,
Like
okay,
I
yeah,
look at
you
you
don't
guys,
feel
I'm
it.
like, man, that guy's fucking huge. But then if you see a picture, you're not. So it's just weird. Like I can't visibly see it. Like I look at Beatty, I'm like, man, Beatty's way bigger than me.
I know what
exactly. My brain cannot compute my own
Yeah.
size. Every time I see people, I'm like, damn, like everyone is so big. Like even at North Americans when I was there, I was looking around. I'm not gonna lie, like I was like, shit, man, everyone is so big, you know. And then I get there and everyone's like, bro, like you're the biggest guy here, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like everyone is bigger than me, you know?
Yeah. When
I try not to think about it when I'm backstage. I'm like, nah, dog, stay in your lane. You're good.
It's all good. Yeah. When I'm with Joe and Paul, I feel like a basketball player, bro. I feel like
when you say that, I'm like, man, you fucking tripping, bro.
Yeah. But it's all in your head. You just don't feel. Even Compton, I'm looking at Compton. I'm like, is he bigger than me, bro? Like, is he, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Compton's just built different, bro. His motherfucker looks big no matter what fucking weight he is. He's just always big.
What's that? Yo, so many people are like, yo, you coming back? He's like, I'm barely even working out. Like he was just eating random snacks all day and tuna fish, and he didn't work out that whole week. But everybody, oh, you coming back? That's just how Compton looks, bro. Compton, that's just how he looks. He's
Do
Compton,
you ever
bro.
see Nick in person?
Yeah, of course. Nick,
he's fucking crazy.
I mean, he was like USA's.
Yeah, well, I met
true.
Nick in USA's, and I was like, man, this motherfucker is huge.
Speaking of big, if there's one guy recently that I've seen since not this size, but relatively coming up to this size, that even I was still like, yo, what the fuck is Justin Rodriguez?
Oh, he's big.
In person,
yeah,
bro, this guy is massive. Like, and I'm no disrespect, his head alone, is so big. Like, I was shocked. I couldn't believe how big like Justin actually is in person.
He's
his
huge.
hands, he's huge.
You want to talk about structure? You see how wide his structure is?
Yeah.
It don't translate. I think it stopped translating because maybe his waist now. But back in, I mean, he's so wide. When I first met him, I met him as a teenager. He was back. He looked like he was 300 pounds, but I was also smaller, so I don't know. Yeah. But he was big back then. He was kind of like chunky, but he was big even back then. He's a big guy, bro. He's always been a big guy.
Bro, I saw him at Signature Fitness up north, and I was like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck, dude? Like, why are you this big? You know, because at this point we're used to seeing a lot of pros and everything, and like you don't usually get like enamored by the size, right?
No, yeah.
But he was the one guy that I was just like, man, dude, like I didn't expect you to be this legit size, you know? So Justin's a unit.
Everybody holds it different. People, they're impressive in their own ways, right? Like you talk about Justin, how he looks. Joe's impressive by his width, right? Nick is impressive almost like from front to back. Like I feel like Nick sideways is kind of like, you know, I remember seeing Ian, and he's so fucking wide, you can't fathom it. Everybody has a different.
I saw him in person. Ian's huge. Well, was huge. That's when he won Tampa Pro in like 2021, I think.
Yeah.
One time I ran into him in the mall. Bro, he looks so odd walking around the mall.
Shit.
Special guest over here. Yo, he looks like the Hulk. Tell me you don't like the Hulk. He looks like the Hulk, bro. Bro, he's shredded. Look at his face, bro.
What's up, guys?
Good. You look like the Hulk.
Dude, I am fucking exhausted today. I don't even know why I'm jumping in, but here I am.
Fuck it.
How's guest posing?
It went good. I think that's why I'm so tired right now. We did like kind of a proto peak for something like no diuretics or anything, but carved up, tapered my water down, and looked pretty good. So
I see it.
Very nice.
You probably also talked to a lot of fans. That
yeah.
gets you tired.
Well, that's the thing that makes it even more exhausting than like competing is like, a lot of people came to like see me, which is so weird, but like, I was like running around the expo at the show, talking to people all weekend. So,
yeah.
Stu, what was the backstory? Because I noticed that like Vancouver kind of like did an official announcement that you're doing the show after the guest posing. Did you talk to the promoter there or something?
Yeah. So, what's her name? Michelle Croc. Sorry, Michelle, I'm forgetting your last name, but she was judging the show, and she, a lot of the promoters and stuff in the Northwest shows come up. Sometimes they judge the Vancouver pro shows or like the Canadian shows up there. So, I spoke with her like right before I went on stage on Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. What's that, like 12 weeks from now? I might be close. Weeks? Yeah, because it's 8 weeks after New York. So I think maybe it's 11 weeks now.
11 weeks, yeah, I was gonna say.
It's flying by.
Yeah, that's you're gonna be lean for a very long time, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking the same shit.
So judging off of this peak that you did, how much more weight or body fat do you think is even possible to come off?
I don't know, man. Maybe a couple pounds. That's what we're gonna do that in the next week. I'm gonna get on the phone with Blue today. And kind of talk over how everything went. But like I was telling you, like I think I'm leaner than I was on stage last year in New York. So if we keep on digging down and it just wrecks me, then that's not good. So
yeah. Unfortunately, the only way to test how lean you can get is to pull down to a point where you stop losing body fat and you just get smaller. But that's the dangerous part, because how much smaller are you going to get before you catch that? You know what I'm saying? For the guest posing, you look nice and full. I'm assuming you carved up.
Yes, yeah, we kind of tapered things up. Not quite as much food as I'd probably eat going into like an actual show, but probably Thursday was like 600 grams of carbs. Friday was like 800, 900 or something. And then I was eating all day on Saturday. I posed in the evening, so no diuretics. Just kind of taper water a bit, and I like the way I look. So just need to not fuck it up now by overdoing it, which is why Blue's gonna have me checking in every day as we keep on going here. So,
would you agree that you were bigger and leaner here than you were last year on stage?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's still like chemical changes that I haven't done too that are gonna help me look harder by the time I'm on stage in 3 weeks as well. Because we didn't want to rock the boat too much, right? We just did water and food changes, really. No drug stuff.
Does the scale weight reflect that as well, as far as the size?
I was like 250, 251 in the morning on Saturday, which is like basically what I weighed on stage last year.
Okay.
But I think a little bigger and a little leaner this time. So I don't really know where I'll land on stage this year. Probably be pretty similar to last year, but again, there's some drug changes that we're going to make in the next couple of weeks that will affect that number a bit, even if I'm getting leaner. So,
yeah, you add Halo or Superdrol and Proviron, you're gonna appear a lot harder and fuller. So same weight, harder and fuller means you added tissue.
yeah. I mean, I've still got, like, I'm on some Proviron, but like I'm still only on 25 mgs of Winnie. That's the only like toxic oral that I'm taking right now. So there's plenty of headroom there. No halo testing, none of the other fun shit that you do at the end. So yeah, well, still some card stuff to play.
No, you look great, bro. We actually went over your guest posing like probably like 20 minutes before you came on.
Oh, really?
So, dude, yeah, dude. You looked great. Like, dude, I'm so excited for you, man. This year, we were just talking about it. Quentin was on as well. Man, this year, like I'm telling you, like Stu, you're going to the O. Like,
did Quint finally fess up and say he's doing New York?
He did actually, yeah.
He did more than that.
Oh, he did more than that. You got to watch it back. It was good. He was really. You could tell he was really fucking tired. First of all, the reason why I didn't tell anybody he was going to be on is because I didn't know I didn't know if he was going to be on because I didn't like directly ask him like straightforward like, hey, come on. And then also he didn't give me a direct answer, and I didn't want to like fucking put him in a headlock to come on the podcast. So it was kind of open ended, and then he popped in and pretty early, right? And he stayed on for a while. So I'm like, wow, good shit. So it was like he was tired, but he was in a good mood still, right? Tired, but pretty good mood, you know.
Well, I just saw the pictures he put up, I guess today, and like he's getting in shape, man. You know, and he's a lot better than the last time he competed. So
yeah, Stu, he said those pictures are weeks old. Actually,
oh, really?
He's been So you can tell by his face, like this whole time. Look at the pictures and then look at him on his stories. His face is fucking all the way sunken in, but on the pictures, his face is kind of round, so you can kind of, Quint. He was a little more mysterious this prep. I think he knows he's gonna shock people, and I think he wants to play into that more. I think that's also why he wasn't talking about the show. That shock factor, I mean,
bro, I think when you have a long off season like that, it's gonna show because he's been putting in work for a while now, so it's gonna be drastic.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't almost like good video delivered, right? But like let's say like Horse MD, sometimes you almost don't want to show them like you got up-to-date pictures with a million filters on it, right? Sometimes you're showing them too much. And then you step on stage and it's like, okay. Whereas if you show them a little bit less, sometimes it catches you. It looks even more impressive on stage, right? If that makes sense, as you get closer, So it's just a different way of doing it. Everybody's mind works different. Some people feel more confident the more they show. Some people feel more confident when they hold back. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, But we all knew he was doing New York. Did he
say what he weighed right now?
No,
I don't think we asked him. I don't think we asked him. Last time I saw his weight, I think it was like 280, right? But that was, but I don't know when that was. I mean, I think it's better this way because people start trying to impress with the weight, like with Milos and Samson, is 300. We don't care. Like, I mean, I like to hear it just to know, but it's not like, wow, you're 300, you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm just curious because, like, I mean, he was pretty heavy last year, but or not yet last 2 years ago, but like you could still say that he was under muscle just because he's so large, right, and tall, and he's got a big frame and everything. I have to imagine like he's got to be a lot heavier to be looking like how he is now.
I think he said it on the Muscle Discord. He said last year he was 260. I mean, a couple years ago in the 260s, low 260s. Yeah. And then I forgot what he said now. I want to say 280s. So if he's even, he looks drawn out right now. If he's even in the mid 270s, high 270s, Quint does come in shredded, so it's not going to be like a soft 270.
Yeah.
I think that's good, man. I think that's good for a guy 6'1.5" ish.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's ask Ron. He knows the heights.
Yeah.
RPG. I like that guy. He got good feedback too. RPG.
Yeah, Ron's cool, man. Ron's very well spoken, and like he was making good points and shit. He had things to say. I like him.
Yeah, I like Ron. He was on Muscle Discord too. That podcast is jumping off. I'm gonna ask that guy if he wants to come on, just because hosts. I like to have hosts as guests. I think it's cool. I'm gonna have more.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to do any other podcast besides this one right now. I just want to hang out with my buddies. I do not want to give interviews. I don't want to repeat myself, like saying dumb shit that I told people
a million times. Yeah.
But Stu, that's what's cool. That's what's cool about this, though, right? Like it's almost like you're here weekly, and I was just saying this before you came on. It's like this entire prep, you've been doing 2 a week of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you want to get the information, just freaking watch it. Like you're here on average 6 hours a week. Like, what else do you want to ask the guy?
What's left to talk about?
Yeah,
that's funny. What's left to talk about? Oh man, but the Afro Stu timed the Afro perfect, right? Because he started growing. Yeah, it's gonna be here in full effect.
I got it cut in like September last year, so yeah, it should be right on track. I got the sideburns really ripping this year. Those weren't really there.
There we go.
So
I like it.
And shit, by the time I'm in Vancouver, 11 weeks from now, it's getting even bigger. So no holds barred this year. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna need like a headband at some point. It's gonna be impractical.
Yeah.
Weird question, but Stu, do you grow facial hair like a beard?
Beard? I actually look Puerto Rican if I start growing facial. It's not a good look.
line up the beard, get some cornrows, get the line up. It's over, bro. It's over.
Man, that's not happening.
I want to see Stu come out and post to Bad Bunny. That's what I want to see. Imagine in New York, there's a bunch of Puerto Ricans in New York. Fucking come out to Bad Bunny. They're gonna go crazy, bro. They're gonna go crazy.
But right before I hopped on here, I just put up my girlfriend took a bunch of pictures. A decent camera last night. So
sweet.
I'm already on your page.
Oh, there you go.
Refresh it. I gotta refresh the page.
So it was like a couple minutes ago.
There we go.
Live reaction.
Okay.
Boys, what do we think?
It's a little blurry, but it gets the
job done. Best.
Well, okay. I'm really happy to see. I'm really happy to see your quads looking so full, and your sweep is coming from his waist.
It's kind of stupid, dude.
His sweep starts up here, bro.
My legs were down or something, and I was starting to think like, shit, because my left leg, my left knee has been bugging me for like the whole time. And like, shit, is this actually going to be a problem? I don't think it's a problem. So.
I did think that at points, but anytime I would think it, then you would post something and you would be a little fuller. And I'm like, okay, they're there.
Well, sometimes like when I post my like pictures from after the gym, like I just train push or something. So like my chest and arms and delts are all pumped up and there's no blood in my legs. Right. So
yeah. Well, here's the power of social media. Sometimes people's opinions can make you start believing shit. Like you just said yourself, you started thinking about it. I saw a Nick Strength from Power video, and he talked about your legs seeming like a little flat as well. And I'm like, yeah. He started to convince me.
Like confirmation bias,
yeah. But then I think I told you too.
Glutes, man.
Yeah, glutes in. I think I told you, Stu. Right? I was like, Stu, hey, the legs flatten it out. But
I was like, no, dude, it's okay. It's okay.
It's like this, right? I don't want to say things to people
Hold on,
in
pause,
prep.
pause. Megan was such a fucking rock star this weekend. She helped me out so much, just like making sure I didn't
Meals,
forget
man.
stuff and, you know, toting around food and whatever the fuck. And so thank you, Megan.
Megan,
Shout
shout
out-
out to
sh-
you, man.
shout out
to
Megan.
you. Taking care
Bro.
of our boy, man. Shout out
That's
to you,
so
Megan.
Thank you.
That's so important, bro. Like I gotta be honest. When you're at that point, yeah, he's in shape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When
You better be. It's like,
when you're at
All
that
that
point and you
food.
can't function, bro, you need some help, bro. You just
Yeah.
need help. You really need
Can't do it
help.
alone.
Well,
Can't
I'm
do it
not
alone.
quite at that point. Like I've been at that point today. I don't know why. I'm just so fucking tired, man, today. But I'm still relatively functional. But Megan just likes taking care of me. So I'm not going to complain. You know, it's pretty great.
super dope.
Didn't you post like you posted a story when you had like your tan on? Did I see it?
Yeah, that would have
That's-
been yesterday morning.
Yeah, that's old now.
It's a sick
I
shot.
saw-
I like that.
That's a sick shot.
I fucking saw that picture. I thought that was last year in New York because how lean he was. I was like,
Really?
is that now? You know?
Yeah, no, that was like Saturday morning. Yeah.
That's impressive. Man. That's impressive.
New York's gonna be
actually,
a dogfight, man. It's a dogfight this year. God damn.
I want to ask you this. What was the lowest your food has been recently?
So recently, like when I went down to Texas, I was like 6 weeks out and I was like making progress really fast. And I got back from that trip. I got down to like 251 and Blue was like, okay, we need to chill for a second. So between like 6 weeks out and 3 weeks out, which is like yesterday, my food has been like, he bumped it back up. My carbs are like probably 400, 420 or something like that. So like, I'm not really hungry. I've just kind of been getting a little leaner. My body weight's been staying in kind of the low to mid 250s the whole time. You know, like I mentioned earlier, though, like the next week and a half, we're going to try to push a little bit deeper, probably get into the 240s. But again, like if we start overdoing it, then, you know, you're going to pull me out of the hole and bring my food back up. So it hasn't been that low, really. We kind of got ahead of schedule early on and got in shape by like 5 or 6 weeks out. And now it's just like little shit. So
400. That's for me and Ken. That's off season for us.
right, yeah.
That's a solid off season. No, but it don't translate that way because once your body fat is low, you feel like shit regardless if the food is high or low. You just at that point it's a body fat thing, you know.
Yeah, it's a body fat and like an estrogen thing. Like when I bumped up my aromas, really started to like slow down a bit physically. Mentally, I'm still feeling pretty positive for the most part. You know, compared to last, you know, previous years, it's still doing pretty good. So,
bro,
yeah.
When I cut the estrogen, like walking upstairs, bro, it's funny because I'll take the elevator just to go do Stairmaster, which sounds stupid.
That's funny as fuck.
But like mentally, bro, I'll look at the stairs. You know how you feel on estrogen, but like, imagine if you're on 5 times the dose. So it's just like I'm like, oh my god, this is just.
It's just the most daunting thing you've ever thought about doing. Yeah, horrible.
You know how you hear bad news and your stomach twists up and it gets like a knot.
Yeah,
I'll get that randomly throughout the day, just thinking about getting up, thinking about going to the gym, driving. I'll get that stomach twist because it takes so much energy to do it. You know, I'm not gonna crash my estrogen like that this year for sure, but it's just it's a different feeling. It's not like food, it's not hunger. It's just like you feel like, bro, you're in some organ failure, bro. You feel like your body isn't even functioning. You feel like your body isn't functioning right, bro. I'm like, yo, is it my kidneys okay? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, that's
probably
how
not.
it feels. Yeah, but at that point, probably not so much, but you know, good enough. Okay. You guys want to get in some questions? Just a couple.
Yeah, go ahead and interject and hear things to the side.
No,
You're high up here now.
No, you good. We literally interviewed him how he doesn't want to be interviewed. Which
Yeah.
You guys are cool, so I'll allow it.
all right. Would you rather be the one? Would you rather be the one who is more in love with the other person or receive more love?
Damn, that's
I'd want it to
question.
be equal. What the fuck?
I would want it to be as equal as possible.
Yeah.
Is it ever
Yeah.
100% equal?
I
don't
think
know.
there's periods of time where one steps it up over the other.
I agree.
But
I agree.
I think try to find it in the middle most of the time.
I gotta agree with that. I think if it's
hard to measure that though, because like sometimes people express that in different ways.
100%, 100%.
Like you can't compare apples to apples, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But then I feel like sometimes people expect you to show it the way they do, but that's not always the case because we all don't have the same skills as far as emotional availability and shit like that, right? I don't know. I feel like I don't like to say things because you want me to say it, because then I feel like I'm being fake. I want to say it when I feel it, but sometimes women want you to say things on when they want you to say it. And I don't know if I'm stubborn, but I just don't want to do that. I want to say it when I'm feeling it, you know? If that makes sense.
I think that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, this talks about, I don't know if you guys watch this YouTube channel, South by Underbelly. He usually interviews
great.
Yeah, a couple of people. It's a really good one. But essentially, he had this a psychologist that he's based on love, and I guess this is where this question comes from. He was basically saying that love is the whole thing about love and relationships. It can never be equal. So there's always the adorer and the adored. So it depends on what position you typically are in. But I mean, in a relationship, like if you base it on scale, you scale both sides, one person is going to be skewed one way versus the other. You know,
Yeah.
To be completely honest with you guys, as bodybuilders, most times we are typically on the adored. And when I say from the adored, I don't mean it from, oh, I'll do anything for you. It's more I don't want to say we're divas, but it's almost like there's so much shit that has to get taken care of that like the other person ends up, being that person that helps you out versus you being vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the main character and like the understudy who's like is essential in making things happen in the background. Like, and deserve the utmost respect and all the credit in the world. But like, somebody has to take a back seat, and the back seat isn't a bad place to be.
No,
nice car, it's a nice, comfy back seat, right? You just have to be in a nice car to extend the metaphor. But
I was too stubborn when I was younger to understand the selfishness of it. I would hear people say bodybuilding is so selfish. I'm like, speak for yourself. I'm not selfish. Yeah, okay. It's selfish by nature. It doesn't make you, because selfish sounds negative. Like you're a bad person if you're selfish. So in my head, I couldn't accept that. I'm like, nah, I'm taking her out. I'm not selfish. But you gotta think about it. You're also not very, let's say in prep, you're not emotionally available. You're not affectionate. There's a lot of things that maybe you can say just deal with it. But when the shoe's on other foot, I don't know how many of you guys had the shoe on other foot. It doesn't feel good, and it's not as easy as you think it is. You think just because you understand it's going to be easy. It's not. It's easy to say, oh, I don't crave affection because you're getting it. But if you got none at all, you do crave it. You know what I'm saying? So we all crave these things. Sometimes your pot is already full, so you don't even think about it. Why are you so needy? Yeah, you're not needy because you already got it. If they pull back super hard, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, I didn't even realize that what I was missing. You know what I'm saying? So as I get older, I'm trying to be more mindful of that and not being like, fuck everybody else. I'm gonna just do my thing. If you think I'm selfish, you're wrong. You gotta be more understanding. And I said about faking it. Now in prep, I'm cool with faking it. I'll fake it if I have to in prep because that's trying to make it more fair. because I don't have it in me in prep because my calories are low. So this is not the real me. I don't want to fake the real me, but prep you is not the real you. So that's already a fucked up version of me. So now I'm faking it just to be the real version. That I can do. You know, I don't want to be somebody who's not me. But if I'm already not me, that makes sense, right? I don't know if that makes sense. You know, if I'm already, if that makes sense.
Like you said, I mean, it takes a lot for your significant other to be with someone who is in bodybuilding. So, like Joe, Stu, Zayd, like you guys, I'm sure you guys' girlfriends are all phenomenal because it takes a certain kind of person, man, to be with a human being like us, you know. And how I try to rationalize it, and I know it's never going to be enough, right? But like how I try to rationalize it is like, okay, when I'm in prep, I know I am a selfish ass human being, right? Like my goal is priority. I that's the only thing on my mind. I don't care about anything else. But when I'm off that stage, once I'm in the off season like this, like I'm willing to put that a little bit down. Not all the way on the bottom, just not get a peg or two down on the priority scale to do things that can at least, you know, help and support the relationship and, you know, if they want to go places or whatnot. So it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like like Beatty, what you were saying, I've come to the terms of just acceptance that if this is the life that I've chosen, I'm never going to be that selfless person because just by nature of this, you can't. If you want to be good at this, you just can't, you know? And how I try to reason that out is the times that I don't need to be selfish, I'm overtly generous, I guess.
Smart.
You know, one thing I've done this prep that I've never done is I don't know if you guys have been watching me and Paul go to like different gyms. We've been going to like 3 or 4 different gyms every week, trying on new shit. I will try to make it happen to where everywhere we go, I'll take her with me. She does her own workout, but I try to take her along the ride anywhere I go. I was invited to a photo shoot in like 2 weeks or whatever for something, and automatically I was like, "Hey Jay, would you be down to see if I can throw you in there with us? Because she's getting in better shape right now too, to promote something." So I always try to include her in any moment that I can, even if she's not doing something with me. She's always there in the background, kind of like enjoying the ride with me. That's helped a lot.
Smart.
Smart.
It's very easy to take a good woman, to take them for granted, especially as a bodybuilder, because sometimes we're so used to our routine, we don't realize how fucked up it is and how different it is. Like if they dated I won't say a regular guy, you know, but if they dated somebody else who wasn't bodybuilding, they could get their glass a lot fuller if they chose to do so. But they're choosing to be with you and put up with it. So you have to give them a lot more understanding and leeway than you probably do already. So I know, like with my boys that bodybuild, anytime you know they're going through stuff, I always try to give them like that positive, like, yo, this is like a good girl, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what arguments you have or what tough time you go through, don't think that this is just like running the middle, like you can find this easy, because you can't. You can't find it easy. There's a lot of women out there, but to find somebody who's that supportive of you as a bodybuilder, it's not easy, you know, as maybe some of us might think it is, because we're so used to it. So my advice is always, yo, keep that girl. No matter what, make sure you keep her. Whatever you have to do, keep her there. Because sometimes you might lose sight of that when you're hungry as fuck 4 weeks out and you're like, I don't care. I'm tired of this complaining. I don't care. If she wants to leave, she can leave. I'm always like, hey, don't let her leave, bro. Because 8 weeks from now, you're going to be thinking a lot differently. You know, I'm sure if every one of us been there, when you're that close to the show, everything irritates you and you don't care about nothing else but the show. There's life. After that show is done, you're going to go back to regular life. And you're going to, don't make any rash decisions. So I'll make sure, even with my clients, I'll tell them that, you know, I don't care, it's over. I'm like, bro, it's not over. Don't say that. Just go to sleep, get your meal and go to sleep. None is over. You know what I'm saying? That's a good woman. And you'll find that out, you know, eventually, you know, so.
And the thing is too, bro, with each prep, you know how you just say, like, you kind of get better. The longer you do this, you're going to start recognizing one thing. They do too, though. Like, so this is my third one with her, and each one incrementally, like, it's gotten easier and easier and easier. It's becoming effortless to be with each other because it's like you get better at handling things and the approach to it the whole way through. So it's helped a lot. Just time. So.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I could say I took my ex for granted when it comes to supporting bodybuilding, being that she wasn't in the sport at all, but super supportive, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of took that for granted because that was all I knew for like 7 years, right? But then when you're single and dating, you're like, man, these girls don't give a fuck about you and your goals. They just care about what the fuck they doing and what makes them happy. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, like you know what I'm saying? But it has to be about them all the time. And it's like, that's not the kind of girls I want to be dating. So it makes you appreciate that more. And then if you find that, you're not gonna let that go so easily. You know what I'm saying? Because the grass is not green. And trust me, a lot of most girls out here aren't gonna put up with that. It's gonna be, you know, if it can't be about them every moment, they're like, I don't care about you and your goals. So be careful. You don't want to date those kind of women. It's not. You're not going to be a very happy bodybuilder.
Yeah, but Stu, your girl is a real one. You're being lean like this for that long. That's a keeper, bro. 100%. Shit.
I mean, like you said, though, you know, compared to last year, you know, that was our first prep we'd done together, and there were some growing pains, and we talked about it afterwards, and we're like, okay, this is where we're going to sit down and work on doing better, like for both of us, right? Going into this next year. And we knew that 2024 was going to be like a way bigger year for me, like more shows, more at stake, because like this is my time job now, right? So she's just like absolutely stepped up to the plate. It's like she's impressed the fuck out of me. And, you know, I'm trying to do like my part to be less of a selfish prick as well. I've never been super bad. Like, you know, just like Beatty says, like, I just get tired and I don't really care about stuff as much. I'm not like an actively being an asshole, right? I've never been like that, but, you know, just being tired and not being able to express affection in the same way that I usually do in the off season is tough, right? For both of us, particularly my girlfriend. But I've been trying to like do better at that as well. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm doing a little bit better this year. I keep on telling her, like, and thanking her for all of her support and everything, and every chance I get. She's probably getting sick of it by the end of this week because I've done it so much, because she's done so much for me, right? But I just want to make sure that she's like, you know, she's appreciated and everything. So
one of the big takeaways from what he just said, though, was like, it wasn't just like, look, this is what you need to do better for us next time. No, it's like he wanted to find out what he could do better too, because that's huge. It's not just one-sided. You're gonna find, like, when you really man up to yourself and face yourself in the mirror about certain shit, like, you have a lot to fix yourself. So don't just put on the other person.
Yeah,
exactly. I would rather be quiet than be more quiet than be a dick, right?
Yeah.
So nowadays I try not to talk while I'm feeling a certain emotion. I'll wait until I'm like, I don't know, but I'll give it a minute before I respond or react, because, man, you guys don't know that side of me, but I could be a dick, bro, and I'm not proud of it, but I could be a dick, man. So that's the part I'm trying not to show at all, and hopefully I could get it done, you know.
So. Best way is just to dissociate, man. Like something like that happens, just disconnect. Bro. The brain just shut it down. Just shut it down. Don't say nothing.
My girl was trying to keep me company driving. I was on my way to go do something. She was calling me, and there was one point where I just crashed, like in my fucking. I was like, holy shit. And I told her, I was like, hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna listen to music right now, because honestly, like, I do not feel good, and you're not gonna get the best of me. So just let me listen to music right now. I was just straight up, like, it's understandable. She'll take it. She'd rather take that than me just be there, but I'm not even like myself. Like, she's not even talking to me anymore at some point. So
100%. It's
Don't be too proud to come back 30 minutes later. But
Hey, babe. I'm sorry. Like earlier when I walked in, I was hungry. I was tired. I completely ignored what the fuck you said. I apologize. You know, just apologize sometimes, right? Because like Joe said, there's times where I'll go numb, and there's nothing, and it'll be like, hey, babe, how's your day? And I'll just literally say nothing, and it's like, what the fuck? And then,
What the fuck are you asking me that? How dare you?
You know I'm suffering. You know why the fuck would you ask me that?
yeah, man.
You get ever great when you fucking started?
Man, in one of my YouTube videos, my client / training partner at the time, he's still my client, but we're training legs, and then he takes his seat, and this guy, really cool guy, nice guy from the gym, was like, he comes to my client, he's like, yo, bro, your legs are looking crazy, you're getting lean, man, good shit, man. And my client like this, he didn't even look up at him, he like this, and the guy was like, and walked away. And then I was like, yo, he's just tired. And I'm like, but my client later on, as the leg workout proceeds and he starts talking to me, he starts getting some blood moving. He went up to the guy like, yo, my fault. I didn't mean disrespect. It was after a hard set. I was out of it. I didn't mean. And the guy was like, yo, super cool. No worries. Granted, the guy never talked to him again after that. But it's all fair. I'm watching it in real time. I'm looking. I'm like, is he gonna say something? He was like, I'm like, oh fuck, yo, but he didn't have it, bro. He was shredded, bro. He didn't have it in him. He couldn't do it, and I'm like, it is what it is, you know. I apologize for my friend.
That's crazy. He didn't even acknowledge him. I've been like, lowest to low. Someone compliments me, I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, I'll try to give you a fist bump. I'll be like this, thank you, man, and then just go back.
Yeah, thanks, man. Don't even look at him. Just thank you, man.
Oh,
I think it helps too if you've been training at a certain place for a long time, because like I feel like I train at Apollo, right? So I my last two preps, the first prep, it was kind of like people didn't have like, they would come up to me and like, I'm tired or whatnot, and they didn't understand it, right? They're kind of like, oh, this guy's being a dick. But by the second point, it's kind of like, all right, he's a prep. His hoodie is up. Just leave the guy alone, man.
Yeah.
Talk to him after 12 weeks. He'll be okay. You know.
I don't mind as much when it's people. Yeah, when it's people who get it, and a lot of the gyms we go to, if I'm at Fit Nation gym, they get it. Now, if I'm at Zoo Culture, some of them don't get it. One guy was like, "Yo, what show you getting ready for?" I'm like, I know he doesn't know any show, so what difference would it make? I'm like, USA's. He's like, oh, dope. So you competing like with like Kai Green and them? I'm like, I'm like, yeah. Kai Green and those and them, yeah. That's what's up.
So you drives me nuts nowadays because like sometimes people will ask me like, hey, you in prep? Like, what show you doing? I'm like, New York.
You don't know.
And I'm like, and they're like, I'm like thinking to myself, like, don't you fucking know that? Like, you should know that. Like,
okay,
it's so selfish of me, but like,
well, that's the two things. If you know about these shows, you already know that. But if you don't, if you're asking, you don't know about the shows because you probably don't even know what New York Pro is, right?
Yeah,
not really. Yeah. So
if
you're
like,
aware of
even talking to you about this shit, like you don't know. So
that's my point.
Either way,
that's kind of happened to me. Like I've lost, like fuck, I was at 300 pounds at one point, right? And people are like, "Hey man, are you getting ready for a show?" I'm like, "No, dog. I just like to fucking look like this. Like I like to fucking drop sometimes, you know?"
Yeah. I mean, if there's a tennis player in my gym, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you're getting ready for which tournament you getting ready for?" I don't know the tournament, so I wouldn't even ask that. It's irrelevant. I'll just be like, "Oh, I heard you're getting ready for a tournament. Good luck," and then keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That one with the Dow, the Dow. That's the one you're doing, right? Like
the one with the Dow. Yeah, sure. I'm running. You know,
dude. This weekend, I was in the parking garage at the show, right? And I got a spray tan on, and I just walked by some people and they're like, "Oh, hey, you competing?" I was like, I literally said, "No, dude, I just thought I'd get tanned up for fun." Like, and then I was like, "Okay,
Oh
let me."
man.
I
Oh, you're one of those
explained
Jersey
to
Shore
him that
guys.
kind of thing.
Jersey Shore, yeah, you from
Jersey
Jersey
Shore.
Shore. I'm just Puerto Rican. That's it. I'm just Puerto Rican.
Dude, I
Oh.
still got some on me. Do I look a little?
You
know
do.
what?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You
man.
do.
I got
I have to
Donald
say,
Trump.
some few guys from Gold, they are addicted to spray tan, and
yeah.
they're just members. They get spray tan and they just come work out without doing any competitions and stuff.
Yeah, that happens often in LA. That happens very often.
Yeah, the fuck.
I've
That was
had
strange.
I've had female clients that get spray tan regularly, but then I'm kind of like, why don't you just tan? I don't
Still
get
regular
it.
tan at that point.
I don't get it. There's one girl that's take a Milano tan, but she takes so much, bro. I thought this girl was Native American. It's a white girl, bro. Like she,
What?
yeah. Like I thought she was gonna have an accent or something. She told me she just takes a bunch of Milano tan. I'm like, yeah, sure. Zayd probably knows what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say her name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's dark as hell. Just a bunch of Milano tan, daily, and that's it.
It's that white
Wow.
guilt, dude. It gets to you.
She must be horny.
Valley girl.
Yo, she look like Mulan in that bitch.
I think you mean Pocahontas, but whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I didn't mean Pocahontas.
I was like, what's he doing Mulan?
You like Mulan, right? Pocahontas. I'm sorry. Bad mix up.
That was insensitive.
That was very insensitive. Oh man. Well, next question. Favorite pre-workout powder. What's the scariest conspiracy? What's your guilty pleasure? What's guilty pleasure? Like something you like to watch or eat, or what would that be?
It could be anything that like you're not proud of, but you do it.
Yeah.
I got one. My guilty pleasure is I've been watching Love Is Blind. That's my guilty pleasure. I used to make fun of people who watch that, and then I'm like, huh.
Hey, baby, my girlfriend's laughing at you right now.
I mean, like literally, I thought it was fun. I'm like, why would you watch that? Why do you want to watch that drama? But that shit is addictive as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll be getting
I've
into it.
seen season 6. It's pretty good. Not too bad.
I'll be in there like arguing, like why the fuck he did that? Oh shit! I'll be in there. I'll be going through the feelings. I'm not gonna lie. How about you guys?
That it's not a guilty pleasure because but my last prep I couldn't focus on any other TV show. The only thing I could watch was like 90 Day Fiance. So I would just put that on. And bro, I watched from like season 1 to season 5. Like I couldn't watch anything else because I couldn't focus. But
that's what it is.
Trash TV is the only thing that I could just absorb.
Some about the drama and the reality of it.
Yeah.
But like I'm watching a movie and I can't keep up. I'm like, wait, what? He went what? No, I don't. I can't keep up.
In the story and characters when you're that tired. You just don't give a fuck. So like some cheap, commodity TV show. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll waste my time on this. Fuck it.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's it. So that it makes it in prep. I'm not deep in yet, but I don't really. My focus on TV isn't that high right now, so I just want to watch something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? Anybody got some guilty pleasures?
I would say only on prep. Like once my carbs get super low, I'm starving. I'll watch this guy, Eric the Electric. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He does like these crazy food challenges. So
Dude,
I'll watch this
that guy can eat.
stupid
Oh
amount
my
of
god.
like it's sweets or restaurant challenges. I'll watch this person eat it, and it makes me satisfied, even though I can't fucking eat it. Like I live through him.
Question: Do you eat your meal first before you watch it?
I eat it while watching.
Smart man. Yeah.
Smart.
It's a
Because if I,
psychological thing. Because I'm like, look, I'm eating. And it's not that, but
yeah,
I feel like I'm eating that.
I kind of figured it out because I was like, how come sometimes I don't want to see food, and sometimes I kind of get off on seeing food? It's because when I'm really hungry, I don't want to see it. If I'm eating, or I'm never full on prep, but if I'm eating or like just ate, I kind of like to watch the food porn, you know. But if I'm just starving on the car ride home, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see. Or in the gym, hungry as fuck, and then they have the TV monitor, and I see like a Burger King commercial. I'm like, oh shit, the Burger King.
See, I haven't done that this prep though. It's but I have so many more distractions, so I don't think about food as much.
Yeah.
Last year was rough. I didn't have any distractions at all.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I got one. I guess I don't even know if I should say it. It's not that big of a deal, but it kind of is. And by like when you're so macho, you know what I mean? Like, I watch anime, bro. Like,
oh, I'm the same. I'm watching Demon Slayer right now.
Bro, yeah,
No,
bro. Any top anime that's come out in the last like 6-7 years, bro, I've watched it all. Every single one of them. Like,
no, hey, listen, what I'll say about anime is there's nothing wrong with watching anime if you work out. Because we all know there's two different type of anime consumers. The ones who work out, and we ain't gonna talk about the other ones. the fucking nerds, the geeks and weirdos. Yeah, the ones that work out, they're cool. But the ones that don't work out and they just sit at home all day with the mangas and with the Pokemon cards, nah, you don't want to be friends with those guys. But if you work out, completely fine. That's different ballgame.
I agree. Totally agree.
I'm like fake into anime because I was into it like as a teenager, and I probably would watch it if I was smoking as much as I was smoking as a teenager, but but like I don't know if I could focus. I tried to watch Yu Yu Hakusho on Netflix the other day. I couldn't, even though I was high, but I couldn't. I think that time passed. If you go 10 years without watching it, you can't put it back on.
I like the like serious, like serious ones. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Attack on Titan. It's like
that's one of my favorite ones, bro.
Human beings like living in a cage and like these fucking giant titans are eating people, and they just eat them for no reason, bro. They just eat you and shit you out, like
that anime, because a lot of them are having those like stupid moments where it's like corny as fuck. That one has zero. It's all zero. Bloody and fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all two are like real animators, huh?
Dude.
No. I'm going like
anime too.
I want to say.
See how Joe backtracked there? See how Joe backtracked there? See like a guilty pleasure?
I wasn't watching like that, boy. Just on Sundays.
The last time before this, I think there was like a good, like you said, 10 years before I started watching shit.
Sure, Joe. I believe
okay.
No, I mean, I guess that maybe that could work on prep as well, but I couldn't get back into it. I couldn't get back. I couldn't do it. I don't know how I feel about Netflix doing these like live action, live actor animes.
Those are garbage, bro.
That shit is weird as fuck, bro. Yeah. Bro, I saw it was One Piece and I clicked it. I said, what? I said, nah, lock this motherfucker up. Lock up the director. Lock that motherfucker up.
Bro,
why would you do that?
It looks so bad.
Dragon Ball. Remember when they made that Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah, they look so bad.
Bro, that shit, so fucked.
That shit was cringe. If I found out one of y'all watched that, automatic termination. No more Fination podcast.
There's a difference between watching it and then you realize what you're watching.
Nah, it's over.
Those are so trash. Those are so trash, man.
If I find out Ken was watching live action fucking Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm calling Animal. Yo, this Ken. drop this guy, bro.
He's not an animal.
He's not an animal.
Have you seen Death Note?
Yeah, was that a real movie or they had two?
No,
It was an anime, but they made a movie
It's
out of
anime.
it.
It was
Okay.
a manga, and then it was an anime, and then they made a live action movie, which kind of sucked, I think.
Oh, Stu, you're a little.
It's-
Yeah.
Stu,
Let me
you seem
find
to
out,
have
Stu.
a lot
Yeah.
of knowledge around.
A lot of
bro.
You was
Everyone's
quiet.
got
Stu was quiet a minute ago. Now the truth comes out. He wanted to read the room. He wanted to see what's going on. Okay, this is acceptable. All right, let's fuck it.
I guess, you know,
I don't watch anime. The one anime that I have watched is One Punch Man.
Oh,
That
that's
is
good.
so funny. Like,
So funny, yeah.
because it's pretty different, you know, kind of subverts you expecting.
Satire.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but
So
yeah.
we all kind of watch anime on the low, right?
that's what I'm fucking saying. Like, it's not.
On the low,
Yeah.
you know. Now,
When someone's telling you when there's a manga, it's published and all this,
Yeah,
you know,
you got-
they got some interest, bro. Like,
Hey,
just saying.
honestly, if you even know what manga means, you got some experience. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of experience in it.
Yeah, you dabbled, experimented.
I'm not. I don't think I'm that well versed. I just know I know the main ones that I think most people know. I don't know the ones you guys were just talking about. That one is a little more advanced level. I'm like entry level. I know.
Nah,
the basics.
we're me and Cam. What he knows, that's more intermediate. Bro.
Yeah, intermediate. Yeah.
Intermediate. Yeah.
I know the ones from the 2000s, the Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, obviously Dragon Ball Z, but that's not even at this point. That's not even anime. That's just Dragon Ball Z. Everybody know that shit.
But it is. But it is. That is.
No,
like
it is.
Pokemon
It is.
Digimon was fucking.
Everybody knows
Yu-Gi-Oh.
those.
Everyone in the hood
everybody knows
watched
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dragon
But
Ball Z, bro.
that's anime. See.
Listen,
Dude, everyone in the hood watched Dragon Ball Z. That's
But
Yu-Gi-Oh is the best, dude.
hey, in high school, everybody was a tough guy in high school. I remember you from middle school playing with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro. Just because now you got some nice jeans on and shit, you know what I'm saying? You got the girls, you think. I remember you used to play the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Everybody did that shit, okay? Everybody did that shit.
I did too, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah. All the high school tough guys did the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I remember. All right. Let's move on. Guilty pleasures, right? Was that the question I just did?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you? We're about to be on 3 hours. All right, I'm gonna do like one or two more. Do you get better workouts by yourself or with with one or two training partners, and why?
I mean, I'll start. I've trained alone for a very long time, just schedule wise and just the area that I'm at. There're just not a lot of bodybuilders. Like, there are bodybuilders in Jersey, but a lot of them are like in South Jersey, like where Nick is. So I've trained alone for like years at this point, where when I do train with a training partner, someone that's like, relatively around the same level or just motivated, it does feel good. I'm just never able to get it at a regular, kind of regular cadence with someone. So I prefer training solo just because I've done it for so long, just like coordinating with someone else to get it done. It just seems like extra work at this point.
No, I kind of know what you mean, Ken. Let's go to Joe.
So I've done both. Obviously, you guys know that I'm with Paul. We've been training here for like 3 years now, I think. But
I didn't know.
I was doing it solo for a long time, and I hated working out with people. I absolutely hated it. Like, I liked having my headphones in, be in my own little world and stuff. But when you're on those days that you don't really feel like doing shit, and then you have someone there, like, it's the best. Like, I think my best workouts have been with somebody, because it's just like you can't help but to push yourself farther as long as they're matching your intensity level, kind of like Ken said, but it's hard to find that. So when someone's like, they're training just as hard as you, damn near lifting the same weights as you and stuff, and then gives you that extra push, I just think you can go farther with someone else there. Like, it can help you go farther. It's not going to make you go farther no matter what, but I think it really helped you go farther.
I really envy you and Paul, man. That is so hard to find.
Everyone tells us that,
It's,
and
So
I
it's
hard to
very
know
hard to
find.
find.
Yeah.
it's very
It's
hard
very
to
hard to
find,
find.
and that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, because I've done the solo thing. Because anybody that would try to jump in, I'm like, fuck this. But then you found that person that kind of like, again, it's like right there with you, and wants the same things as you. Yeah, it's pretty fucking badass. And then like, dude, this prep is the first time. So I've done a show, and then Paul was on prep, but we were 8 weeks time difference. So I was ahead of him by 8 weeks. So when he's still feeling good, I'm feeling the worst I'm feeling. But this time around, we're both feeling the same the whole way through. And this has been the best prep ever. Just because, like, fuck, we were hitting legs the other day and we both felt fucking terrible. But the workout was great. We're both wrecked, but we both got through it. And it's like when you're in high school doing Hell Week with your boys and shit. It's just like, yeah, fuck it, they're doing it too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not that bad.
That's
So,
facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Let's go, Stu.
I've never really had like a consistent training partner. I train with my girlfriend, and we'll do a lot of the same movements together, but not all of them. But she's not training to like compete or anything. She's just there as a little partner. She's not like pushing me through sets and shit. And she follows my lead the whole time usually. So I've noticed that like when I was down in Texas though, training with my buddies down there, we definitely ratcheted things up a bit intensity wise. And it wasn't just because there was like cameras on us; it was like because we were there together.
Yeah.
I don't get that brought out of me with anybody else really.
See, I've heard a few people say, "Yo, never train with your girlfriend. That's gonna throw you off and stuff like that." That can
Most
be
of the
true.
time, yes, but
Exactly.
Megan's not really a normal girl, so
Exactly what I was getting at. That would be true in what would you say? Maybe 90% of the time, that's probably true. But
probably.
I did train with a girl for like she wasn't my girl, but she was a girl for like probably like a year when I first moved to LA. She was my friend, and at the time she hadn't competed yet. But this girl was benching two and a quarter. She was squatting 3-4 plates, and she pushed me, bro, because girls have a different level of endurance that an off-season bodybuilder wouldn't have. So she pushed me in a different way, and they have a higher pain tolerance. I train with guys. I'm not getting the guy to do a 20 rep set of squat with 4 plates. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're stronger than her, but they don't have the pain tolerance and the endurance to do that. If I did that, I'll probably have a fucking asthma attack. You know what I'm saying? So she pushed me in a different way for sure. So I think that can be a great idea if your girlfriend happens to be Jen, or your girlfriend happens to be Megan, or Keon's girl trains hard as fuck.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, it's just so that's not always our girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? If your girlfriend is maybe like a average girl, which is nothing wrong with that. So when I say the word average, but she's gonna hold you back because she's not. I know, like with my ex, when I trained with her, it was kind of like it's not it's not really training. So you got to be careful with that. So
I've actually had some of my best workouts with Jay. Like she
boom.
pushes me. I've hit some pretty crazy PRs with her just being there. And she'll cheerlead you on and stuff, but she's working just as hard. She may not be near as strong, but like you said, that pain threshold and shit, like they'll push you and they push themselves too. It's actually it was pretty dope. I trained her for a good like 5 months, I think, at one point.
See, you don't need your training partner to be as strong as you. First of all, nobody's gonna be stronger than you, Joe. You're never gonna work out with somebody who's shoulder pressing 5 plates, right? You know what I'm saying? Same with me in my heyday. I wasn't gonna find somebody squatting 6 plates for working sets. It wasn't, at least around me, it wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't care about that though. The best training partners I've had didn't even compete. My current training partner, Nate, is natural. He doesn't compete. But the guy we talking about, 5'7", 180 pounds. He'll bench, he'll incline 3 plates. You know what I'm saying? He'll deadlift, 4 or 5 plates. He won't do as much as me, but I don't give a fuck. It's his intensity. I'm like, this guy is natural, doesn't even follow a diet, and is putting everybody else to shame and intensity and work ethic. So I'm like, damn,
Bro,
that to me
the
is
best
impressive.
training partner, yeah, the best training partners are the ones that have a passion for training. That's all they need.
Simple as that, and even though like I'm the leader, he's the disciple, that doesn't mean he's not going to correct me. If I'm bullshitting, he's going to be like, yo, come on, let's go. Or he's going to be like, yo, that form getting sloppy, fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it works.
That's the part that's the part that's hard for me, Beatty, because it's been so many years since I've like trained with people or someone, and I'm not the one leading the workout, like I want to be that guy chasing, like I want to be that guy that's like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if I'm going to train with someone at this point, I want to be the person trying to get to that next level. I always feel like
I see that.
I'm the one that's impacting that for someone else, and for me, it's kind of like it's either you're around that same threshold where I can feed off of you, or I'm aspiring to get to where you are. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets a little bit tough for me, because I mean, I think at this point for all of us, we can all generate the intensity and the dedication that we need on our own. But when you just have that extra person there that understands why you need to go to that extra depth, or you see that person, for example, I'm just came to the top of my head, like let's say like training with, I don't know, Derek. Let's say Derek Lunsford. I'm at MI40, and I get to train with Derek Lunsford every day. Like I'm chasing him at that point. You know what I mean? So I have to be better.
See, my only issue with that is what you said at first, right? About like you're used to doing things on your own, like on your time. So off season, I could do that, but if I'm on prep, it got to be on my time. It got to be on my schedule. It got to be when I'm ready to go. And if I'm working out with, let's say if I'm working out with Stu, well, Stu's a pro bodybuilder. He got to do shit on his own time too. So that's when the clash begins. I'm like, we say we're on for 5, but I'm not ready. I'm like, shit. I'm finish up this meal. I'm still a little sore. I might need to take a minute. I might get to the gym and take a nap. And now Stu is waiting for me. Stu's gonna be like, I ain't waiting for this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's where it gets difficult for me. That's why I've been liking training with people who don't compete, because they'll be like, "Yeah, where you at? I just got here. I'm gonna take a 15-minute nap. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do calves and cardio, and then I come." You know what I'm saying? So when the stakes are the same, then I feel pressured. Okay, I got to be, and sometimes that pressure just makes me anxious, and I'm just like, I just want to do my thing, But that being said, when you do have that training partner in you with the gym, the workouts are always better, for sure. They're not as fast, maybe, but they're definitely, the intensity is way higher. It's not even going to be close. By myself, I keep the intensity high, but it's different when you're in prep. It's going to be, I just don't want to feel the guilt of somebody waiting around for me and shit like that, So it's a catch-22.
What's nice with you guys, and I think Stu is kind of, he goes to Texas for a couple to do this, is you guys at least like, you get to train with like people around the same,
with each other,
kind of, with each other for a couple of weeks. And that's why I think I'm going to start trying to go down to Delaware, maybe train with Carlos, like, maybe once a month. Huh?
Move to Texas with me.
Bro, I just moved here, man. I can't leave this place. I just moved here.
He's stuck now. That's it. At least 5 years. He's stuck there. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, based on how this goes this year for me, I'm planning on moving to Las Vegas or Texas myself.
Ooh,
me too. Yeah, me too.
If you guys all move to Texas, then I may just have to break this lease. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, look, Stu's thinking about going. Jordan Hutchinson just went there. You got all those guys.
Elias too. Elias too.
Elias too.
Sean Clavita.
So I'm trying to go where there's more of me, and better, right? So, I mean, like I said, Texas and Vegas. It just depends on how this year pans out for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What about Zayd? Well, Zayd kind of had a training partner here and there.
Yeah, I do have a training partner. He's a really big strong guy I met at the gym about 5, 6 years ago. And just like you guys said, it's always better to train with someone who's either the same level or a little bit more than you, just to push you. But I do also appreciate the solo workouts. I feel like, especially
Mhm.
for leg days, I like to train legs alone. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm slow. I'm not very fast. I take my time,
What?
but I'm intense. But when it comes to the set, but I'm not the guy who does giant sets and all kinds of super sets. You see
Uh,
some people, they jump from one machine to the other and all that shit.
mm-mm.
Yeah, so
No.
sometimes I do that, but most of the times I don't. I do enjoy training with Doug. Doug is so strong, dude. And
Yeah. Fucking Doug. I used to see Doug squatting 7 plates, bro. I shit you not. I used to see him
he
squatting
still
seven
does.
plates. Oh, he still
Yeah.
that's wild. You don't see that very. That's not normal strength. That's not like any bodybuilder can just squat 7 plates. We're good form for reps. That's
Yeah.
not. You know. But yeah,
He's
when you
crazy
when you
strong.
when you first started training with Doug, he was ahead of you, and now I would say you're ahead of Doug. Right? Is that fair to say? Not
No,
strength wise.
not at all.
You,
Not
you,
at
you want
all.
to say so? Okay.
I think
Okay.
if I compete against him, I can beat him only because I have a nicer shape. He doesn't have
Yeah.
the smallest waist. But if he
Mhm.
didn't have that big waist, bro, he would destroy me. You
But
know?
he does. No, it's fair.
Yeah, exactly. So if we're talking sheer
Yeah.
mass and shreddedness,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
it's hard to beat. But
Yeah.
shape-wise, of course, yeah. And honestly, I feel like he's very intense in training. That's why I'm trying to
He
get to his
is.
level. He believes the
Yeah.
only person that who could squat more than him in the IFBB league is James Hollingshead.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, he's
I think
probably one of the best squatters right now.
I think so. I would
Yeah,
agree.
he's crazy strong. That's how he
Yeah.
got Rabdo. He squatted 40, I have 4 plates for 20, and then 225 for 35 as a drop set.
Rhabdo, yeah, that's mandatory rhabdo. You do that, go straight to the hospital. Go straight to
That's
ER.
Mandatory
literally.
rhabdo. You want rhabdo? Try this.
You want rhabdo? Try this. Yeah, he should pull. Hey, you guys want rhabdo out there? Try this shit. Simple
But
as
not, at least he knows not to go that far again. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, they both had their benefits. If you want to train harder, I could almost guarantee you'll train harder with a good training partner, not a bad training partner, with a good training partner. But
Yeah.
sometimes, man, you be in the zone. You just want to do your thing. You don't want to wait on anybody. You don't want to think about anybody else. You just want to go get this workout on, and then go do your cardio and fucking eat. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't really want to think about.
The gem is finding the training partner. That's where
That's the hard part. Because I've had plenty of training partners. It's hard to keep a training partner longer than a year. Should be happening. Like some people get into a relationship and they disappear. They're off the fucking face of the earth. You're like, damn, I got a girlfriend too. We can't work out because you got a girlfriend. Holy shit. So it's like some people do that. And then some people, what I couldn't take it, oh, I can't make it today. Why you can't make it today? Oh yeah, I stubbed my toe on the fucking. I don't give a fuck. You come work out. We training arms. What that got to do with your toe? So some people they get weird shit like that, and I can't. If that happens a couple times, I'm good, bro. If it's always something, I can't. With all due respect. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Are you doing a
see.
live podcast for the Cal?
Yeah, we're gonna do a live podcast. I got my
That's
boy
awesome, man.
Roman, he telling me everything to get. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy all these mics and lights off Amazon, and I'm gonna return that bitch next day.
That's
like
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, damn right.
That's cool. What day? Is it a Friday or Thursday?
It's gonna be that sad. So we should do it after the
Sunday.
show. So it should be Sunday, maybe Sunday, right?
Sunday.
What-
Yeah.
Sunday works.
I won't be there on Sunday.
When you gonna
Oh,
be
you
there?
leaving Sunday?
Yeah, I'm only staying at the hotel Friday night. I'll check out in the morning before we compete and just, work out of my car from there and then drive
Oh,
home Saturday night.
you could stay. You could stay. Stay in my hotel.
You're staying in my hotel, bro.
Oh,
Remember?
okay.
So you're not staying Saturday night either, bro.
Oh well, we we gonna figure somebody. If you're gonna be in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't live that far from Anaheim. We gonna figure out the dates. We gonna get the dates together. You know, because
Okay.
we gotta have Stu on it. Wait, so Stu, me, Joe, Paul, Zaid, Compton, Quint if he's there, Tonio if he's there. Oh shit, I got balloons.
Were you celebrating?
I know. That's eight people. Let's say 6 to 8, possibly.
Let's get
Fuck it.
Buster Buck. Let's
How we
go.
gonna fit? How we gonna fit in the hotel? Is what I'm saying.
Tonio's coming. You think he's gonna do it?
He has no choice. We gonna force him to do it. If we gotta go at gunpoint, we'll go at gunpoint. However, Tony wants to do it.
I definitely don't want to fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, he don't want to fuck with us neither. You heard?
But for real though, don't bring up the toilet thing. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna bring that up. No,
Hey,
no,
you
Antonio's
told
cool
me-
though. Antonio's cool. He's not gonna take it like seriously. Like,
No,
Antonio's
no,
cool,
he.
dude.
I don't think he would take that seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last question.
For real this time?
Yeah, we're gonna do it for real. You guys don't know it should be a normal occurrence. Let me just go through the questions so I don't ask something stupid. Somebody has washed out abs. Then you fix that. Any dry scoop here. Okay. Okay. 2007 Victor versus 1997 Nasser.
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 This is more misogynistic.
What did what did Ken say?
Victor. The shape is. I don't think Nasser's shape was that. Like, if you compare, Victor kind of had everything. Like, Victor was dangerous, man. In 2006, 2007, I think 2005 to 2007, Victor was. His shape is very, very like. Just pull it up and see for yourself. I've looked at it quite extensively. Nasser, I've seen Nasser's, like, I've seen videos of Nasser. I've seen his shots even in '93, but it's not as complete. Like, by today's standards, it's not as complete. Victor's still fits today's criteria for judging.
97 Nasser was the best, wasn't he? 97 version.
97, yeah.
I gotta say Nasser, man. I gotta be honest. Let me see something. You on your own, Ken. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll die on this hill.
Let's see what Victor talking about. Okay, I see you, Victor.
That's a great.
That's crazy shot.
Oh shit! I'm going to images. Okay. Yeah, Victor. I mean, Victor looks great. Victor looks phenomenal. Look at his face when he lost.
Yeah, he was like
one motherfucker.
His physique, like his back wasn't. Nasser's back is not that strong either, but like you put him together, like it wasn't even. Victor's physique was really good in 2007.
I liked Victor's back because of the width and detail, but it wasn't dense per se. But it was wide and it was detailed. You know.
Yeah.
I like his back though, honestly.
Yeah.
Would you say he had a good back? Would you say I think his back was good, but not
compared to a Lunsford, it's not,
No.
Doesn't have the ridges or like a Phil Heath, so like, yeah.
Why he didn't hit a vacuum? I thought that looks. No, I don't look that good.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, haven't you heard?
There's downsides, Victor.
Yeah, stupid party trick that it just means you don't have any abs.
Pull up
That's the
Nasser.
only
Let's.
reason you would hit a vacuum. Stupid.
Yeah.
All right, Nasser, somebody.
97.
1997. Okay, let's get into it. They don't have as much content on Nasser. They got something. Okay. Let's see.
He should have won that 97 one.
I definitely agree. He should have won the 97 one. But I don't see enough
I think he should win
comparisons.
97. Look at that back double right there.
Well, this is where Dorian gets him, obviously.
Yeah.
But even his glutes look
was
more in
thick.
than Dorian.
Yeah, he was thick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you could always justify somebody losing or winning, right? You could always say, yeah, but his back and his shoulders, and but I honestly think
Nasser's quads weren't they weren't very sweepy,
no, but they were big, but not sweepy.
Yeah.
Need more pictures. They should have more pictures than that. I think I would pick Nasser though, still, if I'm being honest.
I don't like the magazine shots because there's some Photoshop involved. I like to look at just the stage ones because they do augment it a little bit.
Yeah, they do some post
editing, yeah.
Editing. Let me see.
That side tricep right there in the middle.
Where?
Go a little up. Right there, yeah.
That's a good shot.
That's a really good shot. That's a good shot for Dorian as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been the biggest fan of Dorian's physique. I got to be honest, with all due respect. I think he was an incredible bodybuilder, but I never been like, wow, I love that physique. That's just me. Okay.
For
One
the
of a
time,
kind.
I think for the time it was so different. Like it was the beginning of for the era, but now we've seen so many physiques of that size, so it's not.
That's the thing.
It's not like that anymore.
I do understand why he won because.
Yeah.
Listen, man, you could have all the genetics in the world like Flex and Sean Ray, but he outconditioned them by quite a bit, and he was bigger than them. I think that's enough. And I mean, he wasn't aesthetic, but he was balanced, I would say. I mean, I don't think anything was like a weak area. Didn't have the best arms. Didn't have, even his quads weren't sweepy, but they weren't bad, right? So he had enough of everything, but he had all the muscle and condition he could ever need. If the guys came in his condition, they beat him, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I think that's it, gentlemen. Still having
eight for a second there. So just
I'm starving, man.
Out.
My boy.
But I still have an 8 meal one. I'm still on meal 0.
Bro, what the hell?
Get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it on purpose though.
You don't want this USA's, bro. You don't want this USA.
No, what happens is because the earlier I eat, like I get hungry when I wake up, but then by the time I shower, it's down. Once I eat, I get so fucking hungry. So I'm almost trying to wait a little bit, if the time works out. I don't go to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning. So I'd rather go to bed full, on the full side. So I'm saving it. All right, gentlemen. See you guys.
All right, guys. It was
next
great
time.
seeing you guys.
Thank you. Likewise.
Guys, please, like I said before, man, like people watching, please subscribe to Beatty's channel, hit the likes, like Stu, Joe, these guys are all on prep, man, and they've still been doing this. So guys, please support them, man. Support them, like and subscribe to Beatty's channel, and so that you can show these guys some love. So
yeah,
yes, sir.
Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.